Hello, everybody. Hello, I'm super excited. Pop culture curator here with the best panelists in the world, and we've got an exciting stream for you tonight. We're going to be covering episode 10 of Star Trek the Animated Series, Mud's Passion. So, yes, the dastardly Harcourt Fenton Mudd is back. And
Well,
I'd like,
could be called hardcore Fenton Mudd in this particular episode.
he seems to always deal with some sort of sex, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't like using that word, but yeah, it's usually revolved around that, isn't it?
Kind of a perv.
And we have another guest. Yes. Hello, Pleasant Valley Picker CA. How are you doing?
Hey.
Ahoy.
I'm just going to turn my sound off here so I don't get an echo, but
Go
hi,
for
guys.
it. Good to see you. I'm so glad you could join us.
Oh, I'm so glad to join you. I wasn't probably going to be here. Usually I'd be working for a couple more hours at my job on a Monday, but I just wasn't feeling that well this morning. So I thought, luckily, working for a small company like I do, you can just, if you as long as you make your hours up during the week, it doesn't matter which days you go in. So I called in this morning. I said, I'm just not feeling good, guys. And everything was good. So,
Well, that's great that everything's good. Hopefully you feel better soon.
I feel much better now. I just didn't feel quite, well, my kind of job when you're talking on the phone all day to complete strangers, you gotta be like 100% on your game, so to speak, because you just got to do, that's what you got to do the job right. So I was feeling like 80%. I was just like, no, I just don't feel that good. So anyway, enough said about that.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better now.
Yeah.
I do feel better, Scotty. Yeah. I had kind of a rough weekend. I won't go into the details, but some of you might be aware of that. But
Well,
okay.
I'm glad that you're feeling better now, and you get to watch some animated Harcourt Fenton Mudd, dude.
Actually, I really enjoyed this episode.
Me too. I've entered my input to the poll.
I had not seen this probably since I'm very, very old, so I'm going to say I probably hadn't actually seen this since 1974 or whenever it was broadcast.
Yeah.
Well, it was broadcasted was first aired on November 10th, 1973.
Oh, well, okay. I'm not quite that old then.
This one gets it up for me.
Thank you, Jill. I'm a little bit younger than I realized.
This one gets an F for me.
It gets an F?
Review already out of Gorilla, huh?
For once, we're close in rating.
Oh, remember last week we had that sexy citation gal there that almost wanted to make it made me want to turn into a furry. And then this week she reminded me of the ex-wife there. Dull, boring. Yeah, it seems like she was a pillow princess.
A pillow princess?
What is a pillow princess?
Yeah, I haven't heard of that.
Person who just lays there. Person who just lays there.
Oh, so yeah, okay.
Well, I was napping on my pillows quite a bit today, so I'm not a princess, though.
I am a princess, and I was napping on my pillows.
I may be a pillow prince, I guess.
There was this damned pea underneath all the pillows, though.
Oh yeah, I remember that story. The Princess and the Pea. I bet younger people have never heard of that story, though.
I've heard of it as like I just rolled my eyes at it.
Yeah.
It sounds like we have Monday Night Football for Star Trek the Animated Series.
Yeah.
I loved it. Jill hated it. Gorilla gives everything an F, so I don't believe you.
Gorilla gives everything an F, right. I hope he's a little more kind on Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, man.
Well, the first season gets an F until they fix one of the biggest atrocities.
Are you talking about Star Trek or Gilligan's Island?
And the
Gilligan's Island.
Okay.
Oh, sure. They can name the Howells to rich people. They can name the student professor there. They can name the skipper. They can name Gilligan. But, Marianne, they name the movie star, but they don't name the professor Marianne. Oh, they're nobodies.
Did they fix that?
Did they fix it because of Bob Denver. Bob Denver said, "Hey, fix this."
Right. So my point is, they fixed it, and that's all that matters to me.
I haven't seen Gilligan's Island in so many years.
It's kind of like the original series. DeForest Kelley wasn't in the opening credits until seasons 2 and 3.
Right.
I have
Oh,
to
was
shockingly
it?
admit, I never saw Gilligan's Island back in the 60s when its initial run. And I actually didn't watch any of it till I got the box sets, all 3 seasons. And I
Wow.
binge watched the whole damn series
And
from
what'd you
beginning
think?
to end. Every single episode, I binge watched them for like a month. And it was like, wow.
Okay,
This is quite
so
a show.
right. So what would you the whole series in general? What would you give it a 1 out of 10?
Oh, I like the show, but I wouldn't put it on my top favorite shows of all time. There were some amazing episodes though. There were definitely some episodes that I would give a 10 out of 10. But overall, I'd probably get it a 5 or 6 overall because there were a lot of episodes that were kind of redundant. They
Well,
kind of
yeah,
repeated themselves a lot, if you know what I mean.
Are you
course.
talking about Gilligan's Island or
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Voyager?
talking about Gilligan's.
Gilligan's Island.
Oh,
Yeah, I like the show, but I don't love the show, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'm glad considering you did not consider you weren't exposed to it as a kid and you watched it later on and still enjoy it. That
Yeah,
means
I
a
watched
lot.
it as an adult. I watched it like 10 years ago, so I was an old fogey.
Right. And most of us, well, I'm an old fogey, but I grew up watching it, so that's why it's dear to my heart.
Yeah.
And it may not be as appealing to, newer generations.
Yeah, I saw it later in life, so I guess maybe it wasn't quite the same pop. But I still think it's a great show. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not slagging it or anything.
Yeah,
Oh, I
was
didn't think you
fun.
were. I didn't think you
I liked
were.
it so much. I watched it. I binge watched it too, all the way through all the movies and stuff. And I tried to watch the cartoons, but those were.
So what's
really
your
good.
rating, Jill?
About a 7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's a good rating.
I kind of consider it like TOS. I consider them like a family. So I miss them when they're not there, and I like seeing them
Mhm.
when I go back and look at the reruns or the reunions later on.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the show. It's just I have so many shows that I like more that I
course.
can't give it anything more than about a 6. If you know
That's
what I mean.
okay. That's quite all right.
I
Yeah,
liked
okay.
it enough. I liked it enough that I was retroactively upset at Gunsmoke, not knowing anything about that show, just for affecting its cancellation.
Yes, good thing they did have the movies, and there's several interviews which we'll be covering during our streams. A lot of interviews with the cast afterwards, reunions and things like that we'll be covering.
Actually, Pop, are there any of the cast that are still alive? Have they all?
Tina
passed away?
Louise, Ginger Grant is
Just
the only
Tina
survivor.
Louise. Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
You won't get
Man.
much Gilligan's Island info out of her anymore.
So they're almost all gone. Oh, that's sad.
I think
Right.
she's the only one who really has an active distaste for the show.
Well,
Oh,
she
really?
said, right.
does
Well,
not-
she was typecast, so she says it damaged her career.
Mhm.
Oh.
You
So
know,
she's not a fan. Okay.
well, that's why she avoided the reunions. But I wanted to say hello to the chat real quick.
Hey,
Hello,
Lemon.
Dave G Sound. Thank you for being out there, and Lemon Pie. Appreciate you guys coming by. Kapla Bird of Prey Pie. Thank you for
Kapla.
being here.
For
Kapla.
your house.
Hey there, Lemon, and hello, Dave G Sound.
Hey, Dave G.
But I'll make this fast. We're going to be covering it on our next Gilligan's Island stream. But when they made the first Gilligan's Island reunion, all right, Tina Louise was already upset at that point, thought she was stereotyped. So she turned down the role.
Wow.
She said, and not unless they pay her, what she was asking was way above and beyond what everybody else was being paid. They said no, obviously. So they started casting out. That's when they found Judith Baldwin, the one that we got in the movies. And Judith Baldwin said yes. They hired her. She started rehearsing and learning the lines and all that. And at that point, Tina Louise came crawling back saying, I'm sorry, maybe I will, maybe. And they were because she was realizing that was her only paycheck in a while. But by the time she finally said, okay, I'll do it, it was too late. They're already in the production process with Judith Baldwin. Yeah.
I never heard this story. Wow, that's interesting. Wow.
Yeah. I'll be able to cover that more during our streams when I read from Sherwood Schwartz's book.
That's really, I never realized that. Wow. Man.
Yeah, a lot of people think that she just washed her hands of it after the series and never returned, but that's not totally true.
Gosh. I never heard that before. That's really I learned something today.
Hopefully you'll learn a lot more if you can tune into our Gilligan's Island streams. There'll be a lot more information I'll have to share with you guys.
I noticed you put the first one up the other day, so I will definitely try to watch them at some point during the week.
Well, I apologize ahead of time. It's kind of cringy. It was my first one, and it's got some technical errors. So there's a couple of bugs with my mic, and I need to order RAM for my laptop. I was kind of maxing out my computer when I was trying to share the video clips.
We all have cringy moments, though.
But here's what's fascinating. I wanted to, something I want to share with you guys is I covered 2 movies that I thought was the inspiration for Gilligan's Island. 2 old movies. 5 Came Back and Back from Eternity. And the day after the stream, I got a warning from Warner Brothers.
Really?
Yep, I got a warning from Warner Brothers. I didn't see those 2 movies. They were made by RKO Radio Pictures, but apparently
That's
RKO
unreal.
is now. Yeah,
RKO is giving you warnings.
No. Warner Brothers owns RKO, is what it is. I found out.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Were you playing clips?
Clips, only clips.
Yeah.
And talking between them and over them.
And how old are these films?
One of them's 1939 and one's 1958.
Right. Okay.
And they're still doing the copyright thing.
What are these films again?
They are about
5 Came Back and
Beyond.
Probably films that nobody remembers.
I have never heard of these films. In fact,
Actually,
what you were doing was advertising those movies.
Them a favor by bringing these back to people's attention.
Now I want to see these 2 movies.
Well,
you should be punished.
Yeah. That's why I stick mostly to slides.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Does anybody disagree that the whole copyright thing with YouTube is kind of nuts? Like, it's crazy, right?
Sorry.
I mean,
they don't
I've seen so many nice folks get slapped with a copyright thing. It's crazy.
Hey, LDG.
Hello,
anyway,
LDG. Good to
they
be
don't
here.
really respect fair use.
I just wanted to mention
LDG, welcome, Eric Vic. And hello, App2G.
Yes, hello, Eric.
I just want to say hi to Gorilla and probably hundreds of other people. Oh, maybe not hundreds.
When are we going to get to Rogers and Carmel?
Thank you to the hundreds of people in the chat. Thank
Lemon
you for
pie.
Lemon pie here, and thank you, LDG, for being here. I want to try to make sure that I cover. There's Bird. Bird says
LGP. Hi.
I will try to cover
everyone's
everyone's
awesome
chat.
name, actually.
But I wanted to say for everybody for a moment, LDG just lost one of his babies. His Bella's little dog. Yeah,
I did see that. Yes.
Yeah. So our hearts are with you, LDG. If you can hear this.
Oh man, so sorry.
I'm sorry for your loss, LDG.
Yeah, I definitely feel you. I know what it's like.
Sorry, LDG.
But
I feel sad.
Here's what's interesting about that copyright warning. I got the copyright warning, and this is my first time ever of getting one. So I thought, okay, I'm going to talk to the expert. I'm going to ask LDG.
Wow.
But it was late that night, and Gorilla and I were talking about it. So we decided, okay, the next day I'm going to get into LDG's room, and I'm going to show him the strike on my page. So the following day, I filled LDG on what was going on, pulled up my page, and the warning was gone.
That's just weird.
Yeah, I didn't even have to protest it or anything, which I was planning on doing. But
so it was like they slapped a copyright thing on you, and then they decided not to.
Yeah, it's like somebody went back and looked and says, "No, it's not worth it." I guess
it must be like some kind of bot thing, right? Where they just do it automatically without even thinking.
Oh, I'm sure there's an algorithm.
Yeah, it's
probably an algorithm. Yeah, has to be.
You know what I found? What it may have been too is I showed the title cards of those movies. I wonder if I had not shown the title cards, if that would have lessened the impact.
LDG says they knew you were coming to me for help.
It's really so hard to know, though, isn't it? I mean, the crazy thing is, there's reaction channels that I do enjoy watching, and they will absolutely listen to the entire, song or whatever they're appreciating, and they never get a strike. And then there's other channels where somebody shows a clip of something and they get a strike. It's
right.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, Jedi Bill has karaoke every Saturday night, and he'll play song after song after song, and only one gets a strike.
Exactly. I've got probably 3 or 4 channels that I enjoy watching because, they're interesting folks and they make me laugh or whatever. I mean, most of them don't give great insight. Well, actually, there's one channel that does great insights. Really,
the Phantasmagorium show, yeah.
That's it, Scotty.
Sorry for the
But-
self-promotion. I apologize.
But there are
No.
so many channels where they play the entire song and they never get a strike. It's crazy.
Yes, exactly.
Welcome. We have a special guest in the chat.
I know.
Anyway,
And
won't
LD,
get
I
worked
wanted,
up.
I wanted to personally invite that new guest too, because they're new to my channel. LDG, yes, they knew I was coming to you, so absolutely they knew you were the expert. And I want to welcome Apple 2GS. I think it's your first time here.
Hey,
Thank you so
Apple
much
2GS.
yes, Apple 2GS is Gilligan's Island was a favorite of mine, a little campy for sure, but had that fantasy element of life on a deserted island. Did you guys know it's now available on HD 1080p? Yes, I just downloaded.
Well-
oops, I just bought those just recently.
You can get the Blu-rays for Gilligan's Island.
Yes,
Definitely can.
Huh.
Yeah. And
That
hey
was
there,
part of its charm,
algorithm.
though, I think.
a little bit of the algorithm. Yeah, sorry, LDG has your back, so no worries.
Thank you, the algorithm.
And Lemon Pie says hi, LDG. And a quick reminder before I forget, Scotty,
Mm.
send me the link to your Phantasmagorium on Twitter, because down below in the notes for this video, I was putting links to your channels and I couldn't seem to find that one. I put the link of to your regular channel in there, but that's not the same thing.
Oh, like the one that has 20 subscribers and people just follow Scotty R37. Yeah, that doesn't have anything. It does have a cat watching Commando.
That's
I do
the bit, yeah.
recommend that video.
Yeah, that's the thumbnail I saw, but I couldn't seem to find the Phantasmagorium link. So if you could send it to me Twitter, I will
Happy to do
update
so.
it. I will update the notes in these videos. And I'm going to start, anybody here's what I'm going to start doing, everybody, is whoever joins me on the panel, even if you're not expected, like I pretty much expected Scotty and Jill and Gorilla.
Thank
So
you.
I think I put all three of their links in the description. But like PvP, this is his second or third time here. So PvP, if it's
Something
okay,
like that.
do you have a channel you would like me to put a link to in the
Sure. If
description?
you does my channel show up at all? Like, do I have to post something or?
No, you just go to your YouTube channel and then copy the URL. And
Give
then
me a
send it
sec.
via Twitter.
Give me a few seconds here.
No hurry.
Put the Phantasmagorium link and Pleasant Valley Pickers channel link in the
In
chat.
the chat. Thank you,
Thank
Jill,
you.
You're
for
welcome.
being the best at what you do.
Thank you. Yes. LDG says howdy. Antiderivative Jill says sub to Scotty R37 and friends. And there's the link, the one that I was looking for earlier. And there's Jill saying sub to Pleasant Valley Picker, CA. Canada, everybody, if you're wondering, not California. I'll clarify that.
Yes, blame Canada.
Blame One of these days, I'll watch something prior to being discussed on a stream so I can actually contribute. Oh, that's no problem, Lemon Pie. And I wanted to mention also Apple 2GS. If you like Gilligan's Island, we have a Wednesday stream that we're talking about that I just started. So if you can join us every Wednesday evening, then I think you'll have a good time.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead, Jill.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't actually have anything.
Oh, okay. And Apple 2GS says, I think Gilligan's Island in HD is only available on streaming. Not aware of a physical Blu-ray edition. Just I only I have 2/3 of the DVD version. Yes,
Oh.
the version I got, I think, was from Amazon. So if you're an
Okay.
Amazon customer, you'll be able to find Gilligan's Island in HD.
I have been teetering so close to getting the complete series of Adam West's Batman on Blu-ray.
Oh, it looks fantastic. The colors really pop.
And that's why you watch it. Is like that's a very colorful show. People
Right,
use the Matrix to test out their TVs. I think they should use the 1966 Batman. How off course are we, Captain?
You're totally right about that, because I was having this discussion with somebody else, and we brought this up about TOS and some of the other shows. Is they had to sell color TVs back then, so they made sure they really turned that saturation up, and they really popped with those colors. And I think TV and movies is sorely lacking that. Everything is bland, gray, or all
Dark,
the same color,
or blue.
dark.
Yeah.
Yes, dark, all of it, which is sad. It's really sad.
And
But it
people
shows.
sort of make fun of it for being hokey when actually that's part of the appeal. It's kind of fun. So
It is kind of fun, right? And if it was, and if it was bad, we wouldn't be talking about it right now, right?
Oh no, actually the entire internet is based on talking about things that are bad. Haven't you seen The Rings of Power?
Gilligan's Island, the
Unfortunately.
sequel, Gilligan's Bloodlust. That reminds me, wasn't it on maybe Jill's channel where some of you guys said you were thinking about an idea? Yeah, I think it was one of you guys and PvP saying that you had an idea. Hold on, he just came back. Welcome back, PvP.
I did not mean to go away. I was trying to get some kind of link.
What's
to
okay?
my
You're back
channel.
in.
Yeah,
I shared it in chat. So it's
yeah,
okay.
thank you, Jill. They changed some settings today, and I got all kinds of weird stuff popping up on my my browser. Microsoft seems to have done some weird new thing.
I recommend the browser called Brave, Brave. It's excellent, and it filters out all spam and commercials.
I should definitely go to something like that because Microsoft, they added a bunch of weird stuff that's popping up on my screen today, which
Microsoft is the worst.
Before.
Microsoft should be your last option, not your first.
Oh, they suck.
Yeah, and with Brave, there's no YouTube ads. Think about
Brave.
that.
Okay, I'll have to check that one out.
Thank you. That should be enough to sell it right there by itself. And it's all platforms. Doesn't matter if it's PC, Mac, Android, whatever. They have Brave on all platforms.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. Thank you.
And but Friday, you guys were talking about. I can't remember what brought it up. But you guys were talking about a space show where they had a garbage ship collecting the debris in the atmosphere. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. We were talking about UFO on Jill's channel, I believe, on Friday morning.
Well, I wanted to inform you there was. Yes, I wanted to inform you there was a series based on that.
Was that the one with Andy Griffith?
Nope, starring Richard Benjamin, and it was called Quark.
Oh, no.
That was only like 6 episodes.
That sounds like fun. Well, just 6. Well, some of the best series are very short-lived.
Right. In low ratings, but it came out right in the heat of the Star Wars big fandom of the first movie. So it's kind of a parody of Star Wars. There's even a ship that looks like Darth Vader's head.
Yeah, I actually watched that on its first run.
Yep. It is on DVD.
Richard Benjamin from Westworld.
Yes, Richard Benjamin
he was in that.
Right.
That's right, Scotty. Yeah.
And
it was a good show.
It was
and if you want to binge it, it'll take less than a day.
Well, it only lasted like 2 months or something.
It wasn't long. It was only us oldie fogies will remember it, right?
And it's about garbage men in space.
Yeah, it's about a garbage man in space, right?
I can't imagine how that didn't last long.
Do you not remember that with Andy Griffith?
I think we are way off topic.
We are extremely way
so off topic.
I know.
We're in another galaxy.
Is there a topic?
Which is okay.
When do we go live?
We always play fast and loose on here.
Does anybody remember that Andy Griffith show though, where
Saturn 2? Salvage 2.
They were like a
Salvage 2.
Salvage, yes. That was a great show. I love that show.
Right.
Well,
he's a junk man and he built his own spaceship, his own rocket, right?
Yeah,
yeah, that was awesome.
Salvage 1.
That lasted one season or something?
One season.
Yeah.
Well, I love that show. I love that show.
Well, with Pleasant Valley, with the Andy Griffith show, as everybody's happy and married because everybody was single and the only one that was married was Otis there, and he was drunk all the time.
Okay.
Oh, that's an unusual.
Well, I guess if you're single, you might
that.
as well be drunk, right?
It's like Norm from Cheers.
Or Morn from DS9.
And Arabic Saunders says there were those aliens in Voyager.
Morn was
That's
married?
totally forgotten now, though, isn't it? I mean, nobody remembers Salvage.
I don't know if he was married.
Salvage 1. Salvage 1.
Yeah,
he's inspired by
that was a great show, but nobody remembers it.
I remember I watched it because it dealt with space and I liked Andy Griffith, but it was up against something a lot more popular at the time. That's why we all
that's probably why it died.
Exactly. They always put that new stuff. Yeah, they always put that new stuff up against our powerhouse that cannot be destroyed, and it ruins whatever's new.
Yeah. A lot of shows get pretty much killed that way.
Yep, exactly. And I want to say, Eric Saunders says there were those aliens in Voyager that collected pollution waste.
Well, it was like like we have Gunsmoke for 30 seasons. Let's put a new show up against that.
What's I'll make this quick. In Gunsmoke, I liked it. It was okay, but that's why Gilligan's Island got canceled.
Oh, really? Was it up against Gunsmoke?
And that's why I hate it, even though I've never seen it.
I didn't realize that.
Gilligan's Island was up for renewal for a 3rd season. And get ready for this. The guy who was in charge of renewing, his wife said, no, you know what? I like Gunsmoke was due to be canceled because it already ran for 20-something years. Gilligan's Island was up for a 4th season, but the guy's wife, the programming director's wife, said, "But I like Gunsmoke," so he killed and axed Gilligan's Island in favor of Gunsmoke.
Wow. I did not know that.
So guess what? We got Gunsmoke for one more season for that. We lost Gilligan's Island for one more season of Gunsmoke. And by then, James Arness, the star, was pretty much only doing cameos in his own show. But that, because as the years got on, his role got smaller and smaller and smaller.
Well, yeah. I mean, when a show's been on for 30 years, it's like, how much more do you need?
Right. It was like Johnny Carson. Remember how he was barely on his own show by the time he retired, right?
I like Carson, though. He was fun.
Well, this is going to make me old and senile, but that's the last late night talk show I've watched. I haven't watched anything since.
Me too. After Carson retired, I just didn't care anymore.
Same here. I watched a couple times at my friend's house. I watched Letterman. He would drag me over to watch Letterman, but couldn't get into it.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't. Yeah.
You know, what was the English guy? I kind of liked him. I can't remember his freaking name though. He was the one that took over the slot after Letterman, I think.
I don't know, but
So, do we want to talk about
Ferguson? Ferguson, I think was his name.
I'm going to go ahead and...
He was funny. That was the guy that had the mechanical skeleton as a co-host. That was pretty good.
I don't think I've watched that one.
He was funny.
But I know we're going on a half hour already, and I feel bad.
Yeah, we should get to the actual episode, should we not?
Yeah, we already spent more time BSing than the length of the episode.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, well.
Hey, I got some bots in my channel. Woohoo, I'm popular.
I'm surprised how much I loved this episode.
It was...
How much I didn't.
It was hilarious.
Agree?
I mean, I liked some of it, but...
You're allowed to hate it. I'm actually interested in you hating it.
We'd have such opposite opinions. Oh, well. This should be fun.
Don't worry, buddy. I got your back. I like it.
Hey, I love opposite opinions. That's what makes it enjoyable.
Absolutely. It changes from week to week. You never know what to expect, right?
Yeah, it's like, inform me, educate me. I mean, if you got a totally different viewpoint, I want to hear it.
Like they've got a planet called Motherlode.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah,
I like most of it. It's just one little thing that kills the whole thing for me. But I don't reveal it until my review at the end.
Okay. I thought Motherlode, that's a really bad joke that needs to be told, but I won't tell it.
It's dated. It is dated. Amplitude GS says, I thought Gilligan's Island got pseudo replaced by Dusty's Trail. Essentially, Gilligan's Island in the Wild West. Never saw it. Yes, I saw it. I actually watched Dusty's Trail, and it had Gilligan and it had Forrest Tucker.
There was one season of that, right?
One season again, right? Forrest Tucker acting like trying to act like the skipper, and it really didn't go well. Forrest Tucker's mostly like a tough guy, but he tried to ham it up.
No, I was out after 7 minutes of that.
That sounds very strange.
You weren't part of it.
For this episode, Mud's Passion was written by Stephen Kendall.
Didn't Stephen Kendall, did he write any regular season, like TOS episodes?
Yes.
Name seems familiar.
Very cool.
Here's what the book says about him making this a Mud trilogy.
Okay. Please read, Joe.
Writer Stephen Kendall's return to Star Trek saw him finish his Mud trilogy. He had penned the characters of 2 previous episodes on the original series, Mud Women and I, Mud. Roger C. Carmel also completed the animated series trifecta of returning guest actors to play the same roles on both TOS and TAS. Mark Leonard and Stanley Adams were the other 2.
Nice.
I contacted Stephen about doing an episode for TAS, Dorothy Fontana explained. He had talked with Gene Roddenberry during the 3rd season of TOS about bringing Harry Mudd back, and also toyed with the idea of creating a Mud television series. I was not familiar with those conversations, but when he asked if Stephen would like to do an animated episode, he brought up Mud. The ideas he presented were good, and we went with Mud's Passion. We were also able to get Roger C. Carmel for the voice, which went a long way towards making it a popular episode.
That's awesome.
It is. I think I know why Jill doesn't like the episode, but I'm going to let her tell you.
Well, I will let Jill tell us what she thought.
I'm going to sound a bit like you do during some of the org
Which
logs.
Oh,
totally, absolutely fine.
I have
Arabic,
nothing
Arabic,
negative to say about this episode, so it's going to be very interesting.
I think, and I'll say my feelings are mixed, so I'll have things to share as well. And Arabic Saunders says, I thought I popped in at the end. No, sir, sorry, we have not started, which we are just now barely doing. Apple 2GS says, oh, wait, and just had a flashback. Bob Denver was in Far Out Space Nuts. Yes, he was with Chuck McCann, a kind of Gilligan's Island in space that I did see as a kid. Yes, and I was a fan of that as well. I watched everything Bob Denver was on.
Yeah.
Maybe not such a good thing, but I was after Gilligan's Island, I had to see everything that Bob Denver was in. But Far Out Space Nuts, it's cute if you're a kid.
Nobody in the chat, you have not missed anything yet, because we're just getting to the actual episode now. Finally.
Right, sorry about that.
Well,
I
it's just
said-
fun.
I said lunch, not launch. That's basically
geez.
Far Out Space Nuts, right?
So the captain's log, the first one, it says, Stardate 4978.4. We are approaching the Arcadian star system on a mission to locate an old friend. And so Spock says Harry Mudd has an 81% chance of being on this planet named Motherlode. And Harry Mudd is presenting his love crystals.
Well,
to-
remember,
Oh my God.
remember, they're looking for Harry because they have a warrant for his arrest.
Yes. Yes, and Harry is presenting his love crystals to this audience of humans and whatever these aliens are.
I don't know. They look
I'm
like
trying
half
not to
Planet
laugh
of the
at these love
Apes,
crystals.
half Planet of the Apes, half dog.
There you
Yeah.
go.
What the hell were they really? Like,
Aliens.
well,
Sadly.
yeah, obviously.
I don't think they went into detail on the aliens' names, but yeah.
Actually,
they were
though,
aliens.
I actually
That was
really
Gary and Tim from accounting. They,
It says,
I really liked Harry
Okay.
in this episode. Like, I was shocked. Like, the two, live action TOS episodes, I was never a big fan of Harry Mudd, to be quite frank.
it says that
But I loved him in this.
it says here that these aliens are called ursinoids, bear-like humanoids working as heavy metal miners. on
Okay.
My bears.
Heavy metal. Okay.
bears.
bears.
What about the Clayface? His name is Kevin.
Heavy metal miners.
And I guess like the miners on Mudd's Women, I guess they're love starved. There's not many women on the planet, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah, that's
probably
a
what I'd guess.
that's a neat callback to the first Mud episode.
Yeah.
Is, but why would you need a love potion on a planet with no people that you would fall in love with?
Well, he did specify that it does not turn men loving men. It's the opposite
No.
sex only.
Yeah, no, you become best of friends.
Yeah,
Best of friends, right? We'll clarify that early on in case anybody gets any ideas later.
I just have a question. Like, would that be considered a homophobic comment in the Twitter age?
Yes.
Hey, everything's a homophobic comment.
Everything is
Everything.
right.
I didn't want to bring it up, but it's like obviously they were trying to cover themselves there.
I think they said it well without offending
Oh, I
anybody.
think it was great, but
Yeah.
Well, it was totally innocent
nowadays,
back then.
Yeah.
you get blasted if you had that in an episode of anything.
Would it have been hilarious when he said it, when he says it only works on the opposite sex, and then half of those people walk away?
You know that
Sorry.
You know that happened these days. Then everybody would be complaining about that.
Of course.
But
You
in
couldn't
order,
even get this on the air these days. It'd be too controversial, right?
in order to prove that these crystals work, he has a pretty blonde lady express affection for him,
Yes.
and that convinces the audience. But Kirk and Spock are here to try him for illegal drug manufacturing and swindling.
Right, and the lady's voiced by Majel Barrett.
Harry
Yes,
doesn't
yeah.
have a chance. Yeah, Majel was great in this episode, I thought.
Then Spock shoots his phaser at the lady to reveal to the audience that she was only an illusion, projected
Yeah.
by a Rigelian hypnoid And that made me wonder, perhaps this is the inspiration for Futurama's Hypnotoad.
Oh,
A hip
okay.
That's interesting.
It was just a thought.
Arabic Saunders says, I remember there being a magical ore that had some influence on the crew in this episode. There
I
it
really like
is.
Major
Yes.
on this one. I thought Major Bear was awesome this episode.
Oh, she
Yeah,
was good.
in the
Her-
tradition of space sex rocks in Star Trek. It's
Right.
a thing. It's a thing.
Space sex rocks. Come on. Yes, that is exactly what they are, but it's fine. It. You know what? I kind of give this space sex rocks, which is what we'll call them forevermore.
No.
I give them this is such a silly, far out episode of Star Trek that I am flabbergasted by A, what they got away with, and B, what the plot of the story is. Like
Space sex
everything
rocks.
about this is cuckoo bananas. And so what I've been watching, and I know that there's been a reverence for the Star Trek episodes, like the animated series episodes, and this is the 4th and 5th year missions of the Enterprise. The silliness is of the animated form is what I was looking for, and I've been really appreciative of the thoughtfulness. But this one is crazy. There are bear people. He's selling a love potion. They throw rocks at him and they stop. Like, is there a force field?
Harry's always selling something.
Oh,
though,
no.
right?
Right. No, the rocks hit him, and they don't throw rocks until Spock reveals him as a crook and a shyster.
Look at all this phaser play.
Harry's always a shyster.
Spock is quick draw
Jonathan,
McGraw
right.
right now.
I'm still amazed.
He's
he
like,
got
I got a problem. I got a phaser. Let's solve the problem. Like,
Right.
these are completely out of character people.
And
I
that's
have
a lot of
no
damage.
idea what this is.
That's a lot of damage to keep all those villagers.
It's a
back.
lot of
Think about it.
damage.
I'm amazed he actually got off that android planet with Stella. Like, I thought he was.
Well, and
screwed.
not only that, but the animation for this, I was like, what is he doing? I saw
I
him
thought
shooting at something. I thought he was going to collapse a roof. And then I realized he was making a trench. And I was like, this is the
Yeah,
worst
that was a bit
visual
weird.
storytelling I've ever seen. But it's action packed and I'm intrigued.
I really like the animation in this one, though. I thought Harry looked like a real creep, but I kind of enjoyed him.
You look like Roger C. Carmel.
Exactly.
It's like I love, he's going bald and the comb over was kind
Right.
of pathetic.
I think with the miners, the only other option would have been to stun them. I don't think they wanted to show that. That'd be kind of harsh, right?
Well, that's
I
a
just-
wide field stun.
I
You
love
couldn't
this
do
ep-
that.
I was not I've never been a fan of Harry Mudd. The first 2 episodes, I thought, well, they're good, but they were never favorites of mine. But this one I actually loved. I really enjoyed it.
I would like
And
to
Eric-
point out the
Yes.
Christine is wearing the now standard issue Federation purse where you can steal things from.
Right.
That's probably a big part
Yes.
of it. I
Yes,
love
that's exactly what
Christine.
happens in this episode.
Right. Very
Christine was
convenient. She
great in
happens
this
to- yeah.
episode.
I don't know. Just give her a purse.
It's like fun.
And-
We got some good Christine moments.
And Arabic Saunders says, I think the androids make an appearance as well in this episode. Stay tuned and you'll find out, sir. Or ma'am, sorry.
Oh, man.
Eric's he, I believe. Yeah, Eric's.
I think it is a he, right?
Yes.
I just try to be
correct.
careful these days, you know.
Yes, he's he.
Yeah.
So Nurse Chapel heals Harry where he was injured by the rocks, and Kirk wonders how he escaped the robot planet, which is, of course, the reference to how we last left Harry Mudd
Yeah.
in iMud.
I just
and-
love how
Wait,
they
wait,
reference
wait.
the past episode.
Hey, I got a question here about iMud there. Wouldn't that be cruel and unusual punishment, leaving him with 500 virgins of his wife?
Yeah.
Well,
That
then
was
they
the
give him
punchline of the episode.
right, and they gave him the option of that or prison, and he decided to stay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I think that was before they said he made 500 virgins of his wife.
I guess he escaped somehow, though. They never actually explain that, though. did
No,
they?
they explain it in
They
explicit
explain it right
detail.
now.
Oh,
Yeah.
did they?
Right.
Okay.
I don't
must
think
have-
right after that episode, I don't think they were planning on showing Harry again, or at least they hadn't yet.
I
If
wouldn't
they had
think so,
made-
yeah.
If they had made a season 4 of Roger C. Carmel was supposed to be, as Jill mentioned before, he was supposed to be in season 3, but it was scheduling conflicts. And if they had made a season 4, there was definitely going to be another Harry Mudd
Oh.
episode.
I'm
Yeah.
not surprised. He was a popular character.
I guess he
everything's-
was, yeah.
Arabic Saunders says the unspeakable. I like the episode with him and Discovery. Sorry, I know. Sorry, I disagree with you there, Arabic.
The only thing I like about that episode is that the Discovery gets destroyed, but the only
Like
problem
a
is that
lot.
it doesn't. But the only problem is it doesn't stay destroyed.
Please tell me.
A favorite, but
yeah,
I didn't mind him. Like
I
wouldn't have
love
minded
it when
him
you get
a fourth
fights.
season episode with him.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
Please tell me the whole crew was on it when it happened, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
Kill
Beautiful.
everybody in Discovery.
Thank you. Yeah. Arabic Saunders says identify as a Vulcan. There you go, Arabic.
God, the episode was so dumb. It had the rave.
A Vulcan he. And Arabic Saunders
yeah.
says weird human syntax. Thank you, Arabic. You may continue, Jill. Thank you. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, guys, so I'll do my best to
that's
cover
great.
each and every one.
So Harry explains how he fooled the population of Alara 6 into thinking he could sell them Starfleet Space Academy, which I have no idea how he did that. But that earned him enough credits to make it to Series 9, where he found a love potion.
Well, Jill, in all
Yeah.
fairness, there's a guy who sold the Eiffel Tower 3 times. Not once, not twice, 3 times.
And the
That's
Brooklyn
funny.
Bridge.
And I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. Arabic Saunders says the Tellarite was cool in it.
But when he sold these crystals, it made everybody sick. So then he left and arrived at Motherlode, where he continued to sell stuff.
Am I the only one that thought Christine, Spock falling in love with Christine was kind of cool?
So, well,
yeah.
she's always been in love with him, but
Yeah, but
It's kind
Spock
of
never
weird.
showed it before.
Well,
in this episode,
My
he's, like,
Christine.
passionate for
Well,
Vulcan.
Right, it was
no,
because
Spock,
of the pill.
Spock
Right,
doesn't love her.
So much
Yeah, but
for
he kinda
Vulcan
did
higher
show some
tolerance
affection.
and stuff.
right, it was the love potion that did it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
exactly. But I thought it was interesting to see Spock actually having any feelings, towards Christine.
Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
Oh,
now.
You're jumping ahead.
Don't apologize.
I
You're totally
often
fine.
do.
We all jump all over
Right,
the place.
You're right.
It's
and
fine.
it's true.
Okay,
Well, he's
I'm
just
sorry. I will.
No,
I'll
No,
be
don't
quiet.
apologize. Don't apologize. I do the same thing. Haven't you noticed? I'm always jumping all over the episode when I shouldn't.
I just thought they were
totally
great.
fine.
no. It's totally
many
fine
great
to do
moments.
that when you're excited about something.
Right,
Great
especially an old show that we've all seen before. You're not spoiling anything, so you're totally
Yeah.
okay.
Well, hopefully not.
Yeah,
Well,
if
if
you
anybody
go
out,
and-
if anybody out there has
Spoiler-
not seen it, you need to. I highly recommend it. It's on Paramount Plus.
This
I don't
is a
like
very good
recommending-
episode.
Yeah, I won't recommend Paramount Plus, but I'll recommend Star Trek, TOS, and TAS.
Hey, the spoiler rule goes out the window after 40 years.
Well, I guess we're safe then.
Well, except for people like Scotty, he's experiencing this for the first time. So that's
This is the
God.
first time that I saw this
Scotty,
episode.
you need
yeah.
to watch these.
Yeah,
I
very
am.
cool.
Like I vaguely remember the animated series, but this is almost like a first time for me.
Yeah.
Me too. I haven't seen it in years, so
Well,
it was almost semi-original for me, so that was really fun.
Like
I
this is
haven't
all
watched this since
brand new.
1973, so that shows how old I am.
And Star Trek jumped from this timeline to that mirror universe. Oh yeah,
That's a good
Captain
one. That's a
Infinity,
good one.
hail,
hello,
Captain,
chat,
welcome.
Captain Infinity. So
Good
right
to see you,
here,
Captain.
Nurse
Hi,
Chapel. Hey.
Sorry, go ahead, Jill.
Nurse Chapel tries to compliment Spock. Spock's reveal of Mudd's fraud on the planet by calling him clever, but Spock says it's an exaggeration, and he would prefer a more clinical medical approach.
Hmm.
So Spock leaves, and Mudd could see the attraction that Chapel has towards Spock. So he offers her a crystal so he could try to escape, obviously, but she doesn't see that as obvious. At first, here she doesn't buy it, and this is how it should be.
Mm.
This changes.
You're right, Jill. I figured that was probably one of the reasons why you didn't
You're
like the
right.
episode.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's against her character. She's smarter than that, but I know the plot had
Yes.
to move along.
Oh yeah, actually, Jill, that's
I
one
don't forgive
point
it.
that really bugged me too. I will get into it after you mention it, though. So
Sure.
Oh no, you can jump.
yeah, you can jump it.
that was the biggest flaw for me. But I won't say anything. You tell us
Well,
what you think.
you
first.
can always say, well, no, that's okay.
No,
it's okay for you to say what you
You
want.
go
I
ahead.
would-
I am too much of a motor mouth at the best of times.
You're
No,
gold.
you're fine, and we love you on the panel, so there's no problem. You're welcome.
No,
anytime.
I just don't want to. I want Jill to go and tell us what she thinks.
Okay.
first, 'cause I
Well,
don't wanna
Eric
spoil
says Eric says an uncharted star system is ahead. It's a binary sun with the Class M planet, says Spock. And
Yeah.
that's rare enough to warrant investigation. So
Which I really like that in terms of sort of finding a scientifically important planet on the fly. And it's like, well, we must investigate.
I'll mention something there, Scotty, when you bring it up. I thought this was such an intelligently written episode. Like, I can't believe this is Saturday morning cartoons. It's like, wow, this writing is incredibly good.
They never wrote it for little kids. They wrote it for everybody, just like the TOS.
It was written for adults, obviously. I mean, I just thought when I was watching, rewatched this earlier today, right? Because I knew, it would be on. You guys would be on tonight, and I thought, like, this is really, really good.
So curiosity gets the better of Chapel, and she begins to gain an interest in love crystals. Then Mud explains how they work.
You mean space sex rocks?
Love crystals.
I wanted them to mention
a bad disco song.
I wanted to mention something about this frame that is different than the other episodes I've been seeing. We have another visitor. Welcome, Captain.
Hey, Captain.
Greetings.
Hello, Captain Finley.
Hello there.
Ahoy, Captain Finley.
Good to see you there.
Yes, Captain Finley is here. I dispose of Finity. He won't be bothering you again.
Have you seen this episode?
Sure, all the time, pal. 23 times just today.
But what I wanted to point out was you'll notice in this frame, as well as other frames of this episode, it's dark. Almost like I don't know if he was standing in the shadows.
No, he was behind a force field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
he's in the brig.
Okay, gotcha.
A semi-opaque force field.
Yeah, he's explaining about how the crystals work. He says, no, it is infallible. One touch evokes friendship between men or women, but between women and man, love. Guaranteed. You're not simply a beautiful woman. You're a scientist. I urge you to take this love crystal as my gift of gratitude to you. Take it, dear Nurse Chapel, and conduct your own experiment.
I wanted to welcome Euler Greg. I believe this may be Euler Greg's first time on my channel. Thank you. Welcome for being here. And I think one day the animated series will be reborn in CGI. I hope not. But who knows, right?
Well, maybe not CGI exactly, but updating the animation could be fun.
Oh, I want to tell you a story, but I want to wait until the end.
Yeah, I think they're already moving on with like Lower Decks and stuff. I don't think they're going to focus on TOS characters.
I think most remakes kind of tend to suck these days, sadly.
Yeah, that's my beliefs as well. Eric Saunders says that would be cool at Over the Grade because the stories make up for some of the budget animation. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
I think original actors voicing back then. Just leave it alone, right?
Of course.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. That's what a lot of the charm is. Yeah,
they updated the original series
with the special effects. Yeah.
Yes.
I hope they never
very respectful,
right? Love it or hate it. I mean, the CGI effects on the original series are, I don't personally like them, but some people do. And there
the
are
point is, you get the choice. You buy the box set. You get the choice.
You got
George
the Blu-ray.
Lucas. You get the choice,
yes,
George.
I agree, Captain.
George,
you got the Blu-ray.
Not you, George. Yeah, I'm talking to George Lucas.
My mistake.
Because he didn't give you the choice. Is why.
Thank you.
Oh, George Lucas. That's another.
So Chapel agrees that she can analyze these love crystals. So Spock finds no.
Whole other issue, Scotty. Drop it.
Okay, so I guess she's interested now.
It's a really good drawing of a hand.
I like the way Harry was portrayed in this episode too. I thought he looked kind of sleazy, just sleazy enough to make him fun, right?
He does, and the hand looks good because it's rotoscoped filmation.
Okay,
yeah, filmation filmed everything with actors and then drew over it.
Yeah,
he's got the essence of mud.
Yes, Euler Greg says the original actors voicing episodes will not be wasted by future generations. I totally agree.
The weirdest thing is actually of the 3 Harry Met episodes, this was by far my favorite one, which is kind of weird since it was the animated version, but I just really enjoyed it.
Well, because he's naturally quite an animated character. What?
Well, Captain Affinity, I think that you prefer iMud simply because it has Chekhov.
Anything with Chekhov in it is better. I never forget a face, Mr. Chekhov. But I was off there things that can't. Doesn't matter.
I prefer it because it has robots.
Even though they ran
there
into
you
Khan
go.
before Chekhov was on the show.
Maybe he
Yeah.
was on the ship, but it's not promoted up to the bridge yet, huh?
That's what I believe.
Chekhov, Below Decks, a new miniseries.
Well, oh wait, he was demoted. Oh, poor Chekhov.
Oh,
So,
poor
man,
Chekhov.
that sounds really wrong.
so Spock finds.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was
Go
just
ahead.
going
I
to say,
thought-
but that's also what I think is happening here in the animated series is that I think that Chekhov is actually, because he becomes primarily a security officer, he really dives into his career, because the next time we see him, he is the security officer, chief weapons officer in the motion picture, and in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, he's the first officer of the Reliant. The man is second in command of a
He's
ship.
moved on by now.
Exactly. You know why
He had
Chekhov isn't here is because he's busy making Chekhov things happen.
He had a lot of ambition, yes.
Maybe
Check
he's
off
out
things
looking.
happening. Okay.
Yeah, maybe he was out looking
Chekhov
for
is
some nuclear
busy.
vessels. Maybe he was out looking for some nuclear vessels.
He found them in 1986.
He had to find the nuclear
It's because
vessels.
he does eventually become captain, so that makes sense.
Of the Enterprise, no less.
Apple 2GS says, "Hello, Greg. You should check out the clips of Voyager's Threshold episode done in the 70s TAS style. So fitting. I am not aware of that." And
It's really good.
Greg, so it's true, in the style of TAS.
Yep.
Very cool. Euler Greg says, not a remake, but updated the TOS. Yes, I agree with that.
That's good.
And Euler Greg says, have you all seen Star Trek Continues with Scotty's son playing Scott? Yes, we have.
There are
Or at
some
least I
really
have.
good fan
Scotty's son?
episodes.
Jimmy Doohan's
The
son,
mother.
Chris Doohan, I think.
There are some really
yeah,
great
Yes.
I think it's
fan
Chris
made
Doohan.
episodes on here.
He's got a bad, but Chris Doohan has a bad habit of attacking people on Facebook. Unfortunately, it's not very pretty.
Oh, well.
He's turned into a George Takei. I'll put it that way.
Oh,
Eric
crap.
Saunders
that
says he's in
bad
the bathroom.
Oh my!
That
Well,
bad,
separate
yes.
the art from the artist, I guess.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's completely
To
different
the
from
point
James
of
Doohan.
murder, I think we agree.
Eric Saunders says, "I mean the head," and Eric Saunders says, "Just kidding. I love Checkout. Did I hear something about what they're
Going
planning
passing?
casting
I
today?"
don't think so.
Oh,
No.
I think there would have been a big uproar. We all would have.
I think he's probably still with us.
Welcome
I
to
haven't read
fake
anything.
fake celebrity death.
No,
well, that's
it's
pretty
welcome.
common, sadly.
Welcome to the Walter Koenig death pool.
That's pretty
Yeah, a
sadly.
quick
Never
sadly
would do that.
common.
Quick Google search will always solve.
We've already lost one Chekhov, and that was to a robot car.
It was to a robot car. Tragic.
Yeah,
And the
that
programmer
that
was Chekhov.
sad.
Mhm. Don't buy a Jeep, folks.
I won't make a joke about that. That was sad.
So
Anyway.
Spock finds no evidence of life on this unexplored planet, and that Eric's is just orbited.
I want
Chapel
to
is.
thank you, Joe, for getting back to the episode finally.
Oh, you're welcome. No, but the tangents were great. I love them.
I was
all.
kind of wondering when we would.
Just whenever I can. Chapel is going to perform tests on the crystal, and if she did that, that would be one thing. That would be great. But Mudd insists that it should be taken as intended, as it's normal. And this is where the episode takes a turn for me because she falls for it, and I'll explain later when I rate the episode. Why I don't like this.
I do agree.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that point either.
Yep,
I- it
I gotta
was- it
agree
was-
with Jill there.
Yeah. How about
That was the one thing that really bugged me about this episode. But I'll shut the hell up now.
Well, no, I think we all agree on it. It was something it was totally against her character.
Totally.
So it was obviously just to get the plot rolling, right? And turn
Yeah.
it into
yeah.
She
Yeah,
did
they
not
had
look
to
good
keep-
in
Oh,
this.
the old
They had to
plot
keep the
impetus
plot going, right?
device. Steady on, Harry.
And they're
Yeah,
just
she-
slipping her money out of her.
See, Scotty, they do look better with a belt.
No, that's her phaser. That's her phaser he's taking, right?
That's not her face. Well, no, it has her ID and
Yes.
a phaser. Yes.
Yeah,
But-
Hang on a
thank you.
minute. What colour have they made her legs? You can't. She's not even wearing stockings. This is disgusting.
I know.
Yeah, she loses her balance and Mud catches her. The problem I have with this part is that Mud touches her when she's taking the crystal.
I thought about that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is strange, but I guess it doesn't have the effect
That the
somehow.
plot requires.
So
Yeah,
they
they
show.
don't-
Excuse me, Ensign. Does this smell like chloroform to you?
Yeah. He's too unattractive. That's why.
Oh
So
God.
did they show her release him from the brig?
They
For
she
her
did
to
release
take
him,
the
yes.
for her to take the space sex rocks.
Oh, so he could hand him to her. That's right. That's right.
Yes,
What?
that's right.
That's right. Thank you. Yes. Duh.
That's what they are, aren't they? They're space sex
Harry's
rocks.
kind of creepy. Harry's creepy at the best of times, isn't he not?
Harry Saunders says, "Sorry, I must have dreamt that." I guess he means about Koenig. And Apple2GS says it's called Star Trek Voyager, the animated series on the channel Gazelle Animations. Hilarious. They did a TNG episode in TAS style as well. Okay.
They
That
did.
was really cool. I really like that.
I will definitely check that out. Thank you.
I think
I have
now
not
that
known
the
about that.
entirety of Voyager should be in animated form. It works so much better with the music and everything.
You should be in the brig, Harry.
The silly
I
music.
agree.
So yeah, then at least she does put him back in the brig.
Mhm.
I
There
will
it is.
Have all
agree,
your
though.
crystals first, Harry.
I have to agree with Jill. Absolutely, that was the one thing that really kind of peed me off was that Christine
Peed?
just she just
Well, you
not.
want to say pissed.
Okay,
Peeved.
fuck.
I think he
pissed.
means
Okay,
peeved.
are you happy now?
I like Jill's version better. Peeved.
I just think that
Peeved, yeah.
Christine was not herself. Like, there's no damn way she would have been fooled like that.
Exactly.
Well, the only other option is if they'd have brought in a different crew member, and they're probably not enough time in the plot for that, right?
What about her
Yeah,
from a
that
parallel
was
universe?
the one
Maybe
big
mirror.
That would have
huge
helped,
flaw.
actually.
Otherwise, I thought
like-
the episode was great, but Christine being an idiot was like, oh, come
Right.
on, really?
Like, you know, it could have been some low-level lieutenant or somebody walking by the brig, right? And he says, "Hey, come
Or
here,
maybe
come
it's a
here."
clone, or she
Yeah,
was
I
possessed
just-
by an
I
alien
just
life
didn't
form.
buy-
I mean,
I
it's
didn't
freaking
buy
Star
Christine
Trek,
being that dumb.
anything.
I
She's
did
under
not
the
buy
influence of
Christine
something.
being that
It's all
dumb
a
at all.
holodeck episode.
Thank you for
She's
subbing,
transported
Oiler
to the wrong
Greg.
planet.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's all I have to
It's
say.
time
like,
travel. I mean,
that
they
wasn't
could have gone
Christine.
with just about anything.
And
that was
Apple
not
2G.
Christine that I know.
No, it was like I said, it was for plot reasons. Apple 2GS says back in the day, I used to jokingly call Voyager a live-action cartoon. Yes, definitely give that parody a watch.
I wouldn't argue with that one either.
There's
And-
coffee in that nebula.
Oiler
Oh,
Greg,
jeez.
thank you, Oiler Greg. He says, yeah, you guys seem cool, so I sub. Thank you, Oiler Greg, and welcome to the channel. We have a
Welcome.
lot more we'll be sharing with you. And Oiler Greg and our Derivative Jill is on the panel. Her and I do reviews every Monday, including tomorrow, with of Star Trek, the original series. So if you like the original
Tomorrow's
series,
Monday.
Yes,
hope-
we get
oh,
two
sorry,
Mondays
Tuesday.
this week.
my days have been off. Sorry, today's Monday, tomorrow Tuesday.
I knew it. I knew I picked a bad week to stop time traveling.
And so yeah, check out Antiderivative Jill's channel. We'll put a link in the chat, and her link is also in the description of the video. And we do it just like this in the same vein. We do TOS reviews every Tuesday, and I think you'll enjoy that as well.
Same vein.
And you actually Quantum Leap as
Oh.
well, don't you?
Well, that
What's
reminds me.
that?
I've got a bad phaser.
You do Quantum Leap as well, don't you?
Quantum Leap is actually over on the Phantasmagorium show channel,
Well,
and if you
I
want to
just wanted to
subscribe to
give you a
that,
plug
that's
there,
when
Scotty.
no, and I appreciate it. PvP, you're a gentleman and a scholar.
You guys are all you guys all have great channels. Come on, like
Well, the
Yeah.
point is that we're just having fun talking about
We're
things that
all-
we love.
we're all friends having fun. Isn't that what it? That's all that matters, right?
I guess one
That's
of
what
those
I say.
statements is true.
At
For
least
me,
most of us are friends. There might be one or two people on here I'm not so sure about, but hey, what the hell?
Well,
Oh no!
this may be rare, but I'm having a blast. I'm
Not
having
that
a
I
great
really
time.
care, to tell you the truth. If
Normally you're having a
if I'm not
blast,
their friend, I don't really
Yes,
care.
I'm having a
Or is it
great time.
phaser?
I'm
It's
having
just
a great
phaser
time.
I'm going through.
I consider you all friends, so I can do both.
I consider
Thank you.
everybody a friend
I
unless
consider-
they don't want to be one. And if
Yeah,
they
well,
I
don't,
consider you all
that's
members
their
of this
choice.
panel.
I agree with that. I do consider all of you members of this panel.
See, we agree.
There we go.
We have fun. Yes.
And
Anyway, are we going to get back to the episode?
Yeah,
I doubt
because-
it at this point. No, let's
What-
try. Sure.
what-
I don't know.
why-
Where am I?
Because
One
Hardcore
of these-
Benton's
one of
got
these
the
days-
clicker.
One last chat before we move on. Euler Greg says, I'm not a Gorn, so of course I like the original series. Hail on that one.
Remember,
Okay.
the Gorn's not just a mindless lizard. He's the captain of his own ship.
So,
That's right. And remember, the original idea was the Tyrannosaurus Rex that Kirk was supposed to fight against, but I figured that may have been a little above,
Tyrannosaurus Max,
That would have been really
Rex
crazy.
Max.
yeah, a little above budget constrictions, probably.
Yeah, definitely budget.
Yeah. All right, go
I
ahead,
love
Jill.
the Gorn
Sorry.
episode though.
Mommy, where's Chekhov?
yeah, you hear her, don't you? I actually do have to step away for just a moment.
Oh, don't worry,
I'll
Jill.
be back. I just want to say that Harry
Admiral on
Mudd.
deck.
Do not worry. We understand if you had toddler duties.
Yes, I just wanted to say that Harry uses the phaser to escape the brig. Then he modifies the ID he stole to trick the computers into thinking that he is Nurse Chapel.
Hey, wait! I got a question.
Oh yeah.
Great,
Go
you
for
have
it.
a question?
That
I
was
will be
weird.
back.
Got a
Go ahead,
California
Jill.
driving license.
Go ahead, Jill.
Oh, Jill's gone.
So he has the ability to alter her identification badge, but he doesn't have an ability just to make his own?
Well, then you got to remember, he doesn't have access to these places he's planning on going. So he needs her identity to do that.
Yeah, so he just steals her identity, right? Even though it seems kind of
That
weird
picture
that
looks
his
nothing
name is
like Nurse
Christine when he's
Chapel.
the guy.
Well, that's just it. That's why he only changed just the picture. And right, that looks nothing like Nurse Chapel when she gets up in the morning.
Yeah, but it's still
Best
it's Christine on the
Photoshop
badge,
ever.
right? You would think the computer would go.
Excuse me,
"Something
sir.
doesn't match up here.
Excuse me, sir. May I see your identification? Yeah, here it is.
It's
Okay.
like, sir, is
And then
your
I
name
look at it
really
and I'm like,
Christine?
so your name is Christine,
Yes.
and you are
Exactly, Scotty.
30. You are
Exactly, this
32
whole-
years
yeah.
old.
That's
Right.
what I
You
don't
will
get.
not
Like,
last.
how could that even pass? Like,
I don't even know.
Right,
Like, does he
exactly.
use
Hello.
this for anything?
Hey, Scotty, I just
Right.
got 2 words
I don't
for
see
you.
how that could pass.
Yeah, Scotty, I got 2 words for you.
Yeah.
That's ma'am.
And let's not forget John Wayne's first name was originally Marion.
Agreed.
Oh, that's what you're going with. So this guy with the mustache is, yeah, my name's Christine.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
no.
maybe it's he's transmogrifying to maybe he's transitioning.
hey.
That's what it is. Hi, I'm Christine.
Okay, I'll just
Hey,
say it's,
no.
it's forward thinking. Harry's name is Christine. I'm not going to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Harry Mudd,
hey.
aka Christine the Lover.
Yeah.
Hey, gotta go with
Hey.
it, right?
There's a
Who am
guy
I-
at a
who am
gas
I to
station.
question?
This
Into
clip
the
was
chat,
going around for a while.
cool.
The guy couldn't even pass for a person named Dre. And when someone
Oh
says,
my
"Excuse me,
God.
sir," he goes, "It's ma'am."
That's what she said.
It's ma'am.
Stop taking over.
Yeah, well, Harry gets away though, doesn't he?
Stephen Ransom, welcome. So good to see you there. Hail
Hi,
Pop
Stephen
Culture,
Ransom.
Curator
Ahoy.
Panel, and Chat. And Euler Greg says, my name is Christine. You got a problem with that?
Exactly. There you go.
A Boy Named Sue by Johnny
A
Cash.
boy named
absolutely.
Sue. I remember that song. That was a great
Yeah,
song.
but at least he got his ass whooped though.
At least
Right,
we
the
got
whole-
a follow from J.K. Rowling.
The whole song was him looking for revenge for his name, right? Stephen
Yeah, but
Ransom
he
says,
got
Well,
it.
that's because he
"Come
kept
over."
getting his ass whooped.
Hello, nurse.
He got
That's
his
extra.
revenge at the end.
And of course, now we all, as we all remember,
It's-
this is the
it's funny.
right. This is the animated series, so this is before we were introduced to retina scan, which would probably be more appropriate, right?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Right,
and
so-
also, this is the first introduction of an ID card in Star Trek.
I mean, you
Yeah.
think about it,
Yeah,
it's,
that's right.
all right, and this is above and beyond the security of the '60s, so it's still looking forward.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think 73, 74. Geez, there were no such things as ID cards, really.
Not like this,
Oh,
no.
of course.
Wow.
I didn't
Well,
even think
that's-
about
wow.
that.
That's why
You're
you
right.
could have
Unless you're
a
in
guy's
communist
face
Poland.
on a lady's name.
Speak for
get
yourself,
away with it.
comrades.
They could have easily showed punch cards in it, and they didn't. Thank goodness.
I literally had an ID card in '73. I was a toddler. Comrade Captain.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but could you
Well.
read it with a computer or with a scanner?
We didn't. Where you're going in the Soviet Poland, computer is you. I'm not even joking, man. Moving
Yeah,
on.
there weren't too many ID cards back then.
No.
That there were.
thankfully.
Well, depends on which side of the Berlin Wall you were, my friend.
Oh, you were on the eastern
I was on the wrong side. I escaped. Still can't talk about it. Moving
Wow.
on.
Captain, I
NASA,
never knew that.
right?
That's very
NASA
interesting, actually,
Na-
Captain.
NASA and high-level military used fingerprint scanners back then. You place your hand on it and it couldn't read your fingerprints.
Did they?
Yeah, luckily we had nothing like that in '73 in Canada. Thank God.
Right.
Oh no.
They-
Yeah, not in
before
73.
before the dark times, before
we
Trudeau.
didn't have cell phones. You know, I'd go out
No
on the
phone,
weekend
no
with my
light,
friends.
no motor.
I'd go
car.
out on the weekend with friends, and we'd just get lost and do our crazy shit. So
But we were
it was
happy in
all
them
good
days.
back then.
Okay, I think
That was
I think Jill's back. I think she's maybe
Yes,
Yes, I'm
Jill,
back.
please,
Hello.
please, Jill, bring us back to
Can you hear me?
reality.
Here we
Communications
go.
officer on deck.
We are wandering all over the place here.
Can
Sorry.
you hear me? Can you guys
I
hear me?
can hear you
Wonderfully,
awesomely.
yes.
Okay, great. Just checking.
You sound
So
good.
Chapel brings the summary in for Spock and stumbles on purpose into his lap.
What the?
Oh,
Here's a guy who can't take it.
Upon far is upon me again,
well,
Spock.
he does raise an eyebrow, and he notices that it is inappropriate.
I think he's raised more than
Does
I.
he only raise an eyebrow?
There you go. Boom.
Oh,
It takes a while,
shoot,
though.
it's after.
Spock being a
Science
Vulcan,
officer
it takes
Spock.
him a couple minutes, right?
Right,
So-
it's a little
Being
slow,
held by
right?
you is hardly enough to get me excited.
So Nurse Chapel has infected herself with an alien goo that if she touches Spock, Spock will fall in love with her, and she purposefully assaults him to
Yeah.
make this
Yeah.
chemical reaction occur.
Oh,
That's
Spock-
the big
hashtag
problem I have
Spock
with this
2.
episode, Scotty.
You described
There's no
perfectly
way
why,
that
why
Nurse
I have
Chapel,
problems too.
being the
Yeah.
ethical person
Right.
she is,
The
would
moral
ever do that
implications,
to
Spock.
yeah.
She's
Morally,
up here.
roofed the science officer.
yeah. If you think about it, it's a court martial offense, and she could go to prison for that, right?
Nurse
I mean, I love
Chapel
this
or Dr.
episode, but that's a
Huxtable, am
big
I
flaw.
right? She's been using Dr.
Yeah.
Huxtable's special sauce.
Apparently, no one's told her that drugs are bad.
Drugs are
Well,
bad.
and
Ask your
well, and-
dad.
And apparently, it takes a while for the drug to
I
soak
learned
in
it
on
from you, Dad.
it takes a while for the drug to soak in on a human as well, because remember, she took the drug and then Mud touched her, and there was no effect between her and Mud. It wasn't until
Well-
she met or came with Spock, and even then there was no skin to skin contact.
Oh,
She
don't-
touched
Spock
his
is
Oh,
shoulders.
don't worry.
longer,
It
right?
gets worse.
I mean, Spock,
Spock is-
doesn't get the love thing like for quite a while.
Oh, it takes him a while, which is why she thinks that it's not working. But I'll let Jill
Well,
cover that.
That's why she hates Harry.
Right.
She's like, Harry, you cheat.
I want my money
That's a
back,
good
you
scene,
cheap
too.
bastard.
I
What
want
Harry Mudd a
Harry,
cheat?
you
What?
Hold
yeah.
her.
Even
my
though I
God.
agree,
You
Stephen
call this a
Ransom's-
love elixir, Harry Mudd?
Stephen Ransom says Spock is like, it's not easy being green. And Apple 2GS, is that a box of Tic Tacs he's holding up?
Oh God.
and
She's pleased to see me.
Christine, your breast, most illogical.
it's her medical summary.
Mm.
Her medical summary, right?
I love this episode though. It's so
So-
Yeah,
good.
great.
What-
No expense spared on the graphics there. Your
It is so silly.
Nurse Chapel, your medical summary. There's fuck all there.
Oh my God, this is
This
too good.
this is a piece of cardboard.
No, actually, they
Nurse
were
Chapel,
wooden.
you've been phoning it in for weeks.
They were wooden discs painted, wooden blocks painted.
Yeah, where's
Yes.
the plate? When's that showing up? Bring me
Oh
the
my
winner.
God.
Tuesday.
Oh my God.
When the effect is not
Well,
immediate,
see you
she
next
asks
Tuesday.
Spock if he'd like her to stay, but he says that's illogical. And I really like the way that she responds. She says, "Yes, it'd be stupid." The way she says it is so
Mhm.
great that I'm gonna clip this later for my
Right?
channel.
It is.
Yeah.
It's funny. I should have.
I
Because
agree,
you-
Joe.
right.
That scene is great.
There's that look on her face when she says it.
That scene really is great. You know, this episode is so damn well written. When I was watching it earlier today, I was like, "Damn, I wish this had been like a live action episode because it's just so damn,
Yeah, it
it's
would
so
have been a
damn
good one.
good."
You're taking notes,
Well, with some
Klaxman.
with some edits, yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah,
Then
man.
she goes to the brig
It's a great
to find him
episode.
missing,
Yep.
and that
Stephen-
her pouch is missing too. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Stephen Ransom says Nurse Chapel looks a lot like Sue Storm. Yes, because Bill Mason also did a Fantastic Four cartoon around the same time. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, and also and I hate to be a weird animation perv, but they seem to be paying much more attention to the shapeliness of Nurse Chapel's bust this episode, I've been paying attention to the animated boobs and seeing if like am I a furry? Am I paying attention to
Scotty, have you been keeping abreast of the situation?
I have been keeping abreast of the situation.
Maybe
I
Major
can't even comment on
But
that.
this is the first time that in terms of the bust of the character has been so very accentuated. I was like,
oh, you did more than just bust out, didn't you?
hey, come on.
Okay.
Easy, Tiger.
Maybe Major Barrett complained.
Scotty,
Well, maybe not. But I was checking it out and I was just like, this is the first time that they've actually shown this much bosom.
I do have to say, Scotty, I agree with you. There was something about Christine that was very, very alluring in this episode. I thought she looked very, very.
They never, and I'm just saying, in terms of animation style, they don't sexualize Uhura like this. They don't do the cat
Well, I
lady
wouldn't
like
call it
this.
sexualization.
Well,
She's just a
it's not
woman.
like-
and
it's not
it's
like I
just
get
a-
turned on by
it's
the
a-
cartoons, but
Sure.
I did
The
think she
uniform
looked really
on her.
nice in this episode, quite frankly.
But they've done it before with other women where it's not like accentuating, like that's, hey, boobs.
Hey,
Like,
Major
look
Barrett
at that.
has always
She looks
been
really
hot,
nice.
and she continues to be through TNG.
Conversations up here, Captain.
Yeah, exactly. No, but you're right. Major Barrett has been a how do I say this? Voluptuous woman.
She's always attractive.
Absolutely.
She's statuesque and curvy.
When it came to Tilly, she was set for life.
And the animators noticed.
Yeah, she's a good-looking lady. Hell, what the hell's wrong with that?
Like I wouldn't, but whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, Harry uses the ID to enter the shuttle bay to hijack a shuttlecraft.
Yes.
Oh, that-
And
yeah.
I really love this
Look at that,
view of the
yeah,
shuttlecraft.
What a creepy bastard he is.
Look at the and
Right.
again,
Best comb over ever.
I'm surprised he didn't, and I don't know if it hasn't shown up yet, but there's one where he's sort of looking up from under his brow. And
God.
it's very creepy. Anyway,
Really
I
creepy.
didn't
this is where Spock falls in with Christine, and he's like, "Oh,
God.
sweet, Miss Jill."
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I meant no, Jill. Let me talk. Let me talk about Christine. Christine, you fair-haired woman,
Hey, wait, let me give you
you
the
delicious nurse of the sick bay. I desire you. Do not leave me.
Look at the private chat, Scotty. Read that.
Please stop. Too moist. Steven Ransom says Scotty is all about that rule 34.
34.
Nurse Chapel. I am. I'm
Right.
sorry.
And
Why don't
Greg
you
says,
do
"Now I
right
can't
like some
stop
other
looking."
men do?
God.
Yeah, I agree with Oiler Greg. Now I can't stop looking.
Scotty,
LOL.
can you do me a favor?
Yeah, twice.
Can you go to the private chat and
I did.
read the script
Out loud.
Okay, just read it. Read what you wrote. Okay. And appended hetero is a medical summary by Nurse Christine Chapel. Nurse Christine Chapel. Sweet summary. Dear lovely Christine.
Okay, actually, I gotta be right back. So
Oh,
Go
yeah.
for
No,
it.
you have
Red
to.
alert, red alert.
You know what? That's a weird
Uh-oh.
place to leave.
I know, but
No, I know. You got to go use a shower head or
Go,
something.
get
I don't.
Alert, toddler emergency again.
Sorry.
Oh, God.
You made Scott read something, and now you have to go to the bathroom. It's
you'll have
weird,
No.
yo.
mum duties to do.
No, we were
No,
laughing
I
at
know.
the
I'm
shower.
joking.
We all respect that. At least we should. If we don't,
I was laughing at the showerhead comment.
we're not cool if we don't.
Hail, son of a red shirt. Welcome to the stream. Hey,
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 son of a
guy.
red shirt.
is it Scotty R37 or Scotty R34?
I am Scotty R34.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good, Scotty. I think
Yeah.
the showerhead comment works as long as you don't draw attention to it.
Good to
Is
see
it
you, son
too
of a red
early to
shirt.
give ratings on this one yet?
Hope you're doing
Probably
well.
is, right?
Oh, mine's like a 10 out of 10. This show is awesome.
Oh,
Some people already
I'm
said
talking
there,
about this
so, yeah.
specific episode, but I don't want to ruin it, though, 'cause
9.75.
I think I think Pop and Jill should probably do their ratings first.
No, but we
Got
still have to get through the episode because we haven't even got to the rock monsters.
Yeah, jeez, this is taking forever, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
we're
we-
like an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, look at that.
Come on, Christine gives the judo chop.
That's a great still. I'm
There's
glad
a
she
lot.
got that
This
one.
episode is so damn. You know, I thought I was going to hate this episode because I'm not a big fan of Harry Mudd in the TOS episodes, but I gotta say this third one was great. I thought it was the best episode Harry was ever in. Really, I really
cool.
enjoyed it.
Yeah. Nurse
Go
Nurse
back.
Chapel must have learned some Kirk fu from the captain because she karate chops Harry to the
Oh,
floor.
there's so much goodness.
There we go.
Get her things back.
Shame
That's
on you,
a-
Harry.
That's actually, I like that character design. It's still like the animators
Yeah.
did their best for the guest star.
Harry really works well in this animated version. I like him.
Yes, he's unique.
Even the horrible comb over, I still like him.
He's also a sex pervert, just for the record.
Also, yes.
Also, it's
I'm glad I'm not bald like that. Shut.
Like, is that his shoe or his cod piece? I don't know what's going on between his legs.
That's a shoe.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
So
Did we change the slide? I think it looks like his penis.
God piece. That's a good one.
Thank you.
okay.
I'm so sorry. I'll shut the hell up now.
So Mudd says that the drug might take longer than normal since Spock is Vulcan, but at this point, none of that matters. She should matter anyway. She fires at Harry. She misses him, and then hits a pile of crystals that he leaves behind.
Right. Well, she doesn't know that Spock was affected yet.
Yeah,
And there goes Harry.
and these crystals, having been blasted, evaporate into the ventilation system because they've been
Oh,
turned
God.
into liquid.
I remember this part.
Right. But also, for the record, if you just want to go back one and
This
show
gets
Harry Mudd's
interesting.
shoes. So that was not his cod piece or his penis. Those were his shoes. He was wearing gold boots
Right, go-go boots,
Of
right.
course he was.
Yeah.
because he's a pimp.
I think the reason why he
Hey,
dresses is like,
Scotty, we gotta be politically correct. He's a player in management position.
Okay.
Son of a Red Shirt says hello at Pop Culture Curator and all the cool peeps here tonight. Hope everyone is better than bad, but if they have to be bad, they're as bad as they can be. Cheers.
Definitely better than bad.
Hello, it's Son of a Red Shirt.
Hey, son of a Richard.
Such a great turnout tonight. Thank you, everybody.
Yay.
Apparently, I'm changing the slides. Okay.
Oh.
Meanwhile, wow, she's multitasking.
Yeah, Nurse Chapel sets off the red alert and the intercom and everything. She does. She does.
This is like a
alright.
Dr. Crusher episode, except for this.
Was Harry trying to like get it on with Nurse Chapel here? Like
I don't think
No.
so. I don't.
No,
think
no. He's taking her as hostage.
Yes.
he's obviously
Hey.
friendly, kind of cuddly
Well,
there.
what happens is she for some reason she succumbs very easily. For some reason, I didn't quite catch how.
Yeah, she seems
No,
No, I
very,
don't know.
very
He
cuddly.
overpowers her somehow, but we don't really see how.
So,
Yeah.
Jill, you don't think you can multitask by taking her hostage and getting it on at the same time?
I don't want to think about Harry Mudd having the coitus.
Well, doesn't
Me
everybody
neither.
get kind of
I
turned on
never
here,
have.
though?
I think
never
Harry
thought
just
until you said that.
no. I think Harry just wanting to get out of there. He just wants to escape. I think. Right, and he'll do whatever it takes to get out of there. I think.
Oh, sweet Christine.
Doesn't Scotty get turned on with the cat lady at some point?
Oh, sweet Chris. Oh, yeah, that happens soon. Scotty's a
That-
furry.
that-
And I'm not talking about Monty.
That was so weird. It was kind of fun, but it was very weird.
It kind of reminds me that what happens here is a parallel with alcohol.
It was
Well,
like
yes.
it was like that episode, wasn't it? Where what was? Oh God, I should remember that.
The Naked Now
Yeah, I should remember the name.
or The Naked Time?
That one, yes. It was very similar.
Oh,
Stephen
yeah,
Ransom
they all-
says Nurse Chapel is those boots are overwhelming.
Those boots are made for walking
Yep.
and other things.
So as Spock is announcing his love for Christine, everyone is just staring, and Eric
Yeah.
gives a whistle.
Yeah, that was so weird how everybody fell in love with each other. It's like, wow.
Well,
Yeah,
no, it made sense because of the, the space.
Oh, totally made sense. But it was just strange to see it, right?
Yeah, because the rocks got in the crystals opened and
The ventilation.
melted and got into the ventilation.
Good old Harry making trouble again.
Okay. But also the funniest scene of Star Trek ever happens in this episode, and I can't wait until we get there.
Oh gosh. Oh, I anticipation.
Cool.
And even though McCoy's right that Spock probably shouldn't go, Kirk knows that Spock is in too much love to
Too much
stop
love.
him. So it's better just to go with him. I
Spock,
guess.
you've had too much love.
Too much love.
That actually doesn't make sense, but whatever.
Too much love.
Captain. So we have another captain's log. Harry Mudd has escaped from the Enterprise, taking head nurse Chapel with him,
Yes.
apparently as a hostage. Meanwhile, Mr. Spock
So-
is acting very strange.
Sorry, did you say head nurse?
Head nurse.
Oh God. Don't even go there. I'm sorry. I should.
I'm being crude and crass. I apologize.
You were.
Then
you were.
the love crystals, which turned from a
The
solid
space sex rocks.
to a liquid, is now a gas on the ship.
Oh,
This is
hey.
so much fun.
There's
Oh,
a
this
cat
is
lady.
I just love this thing where Scotty and the kitty lady are like getting turned on. Like,
Well, and also, I'd
But,
like
this,
to
but in
point out,
this case was when she realizes that Spock is in love.
yes, but also I'd like to
That
point
was-
out
that was crazy. I'm like,
she's
wow.
still Eris is still what's her name again? Who's the Cation lady?
I can
again?
never remember her frickin' name.
Rest.
It's like
Mress.
something. It's like a kitty name. that I
Mress
should-
has the black
Mrex.
collar. So like, and I
She's a
do
cool
like,
character, but I
yeah.
could just
Well,
never
I'm a
remember her
furry,
frickin' name.
so
But damn,
Well-
thinking of her and Scotty getting it on is like that was so weird.
Oh,
That is weird.
You do,
Blew
right?
my mind actually. I was like, what?
I can show you the world.
I'm glad we didn't actually get to see any of that though.
What's
Where's
Scotty getting on with
Christine?
It was Saturday
Right.
morning though. So
And
hey,
there's
we gotta-
Spock like, come on,
gotta
let's go,
keep it
let's go,
decent,
go.
Let's go on board. Let's go. Can I beam down? I gotta get to Christine.
Okay, we can continue anytime. I will
Yeah,
shut-
so
shut the hell up.
the love crystals, which turn from a solid to a liquid, are now gas on the ship, and they begin to affect the crew.
There's so many
Oh,
jokes.
we're screwed.
Don't say anything.
We're done.
And McCoy
Yow.
begins. The whole crew begins behaving as weird as Spock.
Cat
That
girl
is-
furry truck.
No,
Oh
did
my
you get a
goodness.
shot? Did you get a shot of? Oh yeah, exactly. They start
Holy
dancing.
moly! That's
I know.
Yeah, they're dancing.
Look at
You
her
guys
lustrous
getting pretty saucy there.
mane.
You know,
Huh?
when you think about it, it's interesting because if Uhura would have been in this episode, it would have been her and Scotty, which would have been a prelude to Star Trek
Oh,
5.
that
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
been even better.
Whoa! Man! Somebody needs to reframe
Wow.
this episode with the.
But let's talk for a second about body language. Scotty is crossing his arms and she's
Yeah.
throwing herself at him. I think this is assault. I think that cat lady assaulted Scotty.
Absolutely. But he's not going to complain.
Correct.
No, I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't know what to say about that.
I don't know how Scotty feels about Cations.
I mean, how
Hey,
can I make?
Hail the cat
Yeah,
girl.
I won't say
Very
anything.
track.
I'll keep it tasteful.
Meanwhile,
line.
back at the
Anybody
comb
wanna-
over,
Does anybody want to read this comment in the chat from Euler Greg?
Euler Greg is absolutely correct. Roddenberry was a
Well.
horn dog. He was focused on sex. He was. He
Well, a
did.
lot of guys are focused on sex, but that doesn't mean the only thing we think.
Yeah,
about.
maybe he liked this episode.
Some
That would be
women
interesting to
too.
know.
That's not all we think about, though. Come on.
Yeah, train sets.
Star Trek.
It's probably mostly what I think about, but it's not everything.
So,
Keep-
Mudlands on the planet.
It is the reason we went to the moon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Stephen Ransom has a chat.
We wanted to find it if we could.
Kitty got claws, yeah.
And
Dude,
Kitty
let's
got
get
claws.
to the
And
moon.
hail, everybody. We have a new guest, Dalek451. Hello, Dalek.
Hey,
Hey,
Dalek. How are
The
you,
wonderful Dalek. Yes, a furry on Star Trek. I'm shocked. Hail Dalek. Good to see you, says Stephen.
You look at that Cation lady. You tell me she's not pretty, and I'll accept your apology.
So, Mud lands on the planet detailing his escape plans when we see this pile of rocks that looks like it has legs and four claws. And just in case you were curious, it opens its eye. Kirk and Spock leave for the planet while the crew relaxes because of the gas. And Eric's is playing a lute, and Emrys has her tail up, which is a classic feline sign of being in heat.
Everybody's getting turned on.
There we go. Ooh.
I'm surprised the crew is just getting it on at this point. Like, Jesus.
Well, Saturday morning kids cartoon, and also Star Trek would never do that.
I mean, Saturday morning cartoon, really? Wow.
At least not until the later series.
It's just pretty damn.
Star Trek would never do that. Star Trek has never done that. On the planet's surface, Kirk grabs Spock as his foot sinks into some soft sand. And at this, Spock says, "Thanks, Jim. It's good to have a friend like you."
That was a great scene. It's like they put their arms around each other, right? It's like, wow. I mean, I don't think you'd ever get that scene. Would you get that scene on TV today?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, maybe you would, but
Kirk says
it would be in a different context. I'm thinking.
Well, no,
You're
but this is okay. I would say this is an expression of friendship, and
they were two friends,
also
right?
Right.
Nowadays, they would have to. They'd have to put it in a different context.
Right. We all know that, but these days, if they did this, they would have to be gay, according to whatever it is.
That was exactly my point. I wasn't trying to be overt about it, but it's so nice that they could have a scene like that when they were just buddies.
Friends used to do that, right?
Yeah.
At least boys. At least boys.
I thought that was a beautiful scene.
But they did that. They did that between McCoy and Spock in Star Trek Beyond.
Well, there were many great scenes when our male heroes could just be good friends, right?
Yeah,
and love each
still
other.
Occurs,
and it wasn't anything more than that.
Yeah,
it didn't have to be like political, right?
Gorilla didn't want
political back then, which was nice.
Right, exactly. What you do in your room is your business, right? In your house.
Exactly. I just love the old shows.
But also, this frame is incredibly gay. You have to agree.
Well, Scotty, it's the way you think about it.
Strange. That's the way I feel about you too, my dear friend Spock.
Welcome back, Gorilla.
Yeah.
And Gorilla says,
I should not even have brought it up. I'm sorry.
Gorilla, would you like to read
No,
this
it was
chat?
going to be brought up.
Yeah, I said that. Like,
God.
damn it, because my
I
computer
talk too
froze and I got booted out. The one spot in that whole episode I wanted to talk about. You notice that the sexiest character in the whole animated series is the furry? Like,
yeah.
I almost want to be a furry for the citation.
Well, that's an opinion. The sexiest furry is still Spock. But okay.
Oh, well, Jill, I appreciate your loyalty.
I do have that.
Oh,
but
God.
yeah, no.
Stop laughing.
Ress is kind of a fox.
I agree, Euler, Greg. Star Trek was a lightning in a bottle. You can't move any aspect without destroying its soul. So sex was important.
I agree 100% with that comment.
It's just how they wrote it. It was how they portrayed it, right?
Star Trek. The original series was, even it had some crap episodes, but still, the original series was pretty much close to perfection.
It was. We wouldn't be talking about it. We wouldn't have all these spin-offs and this whole generations and 2 or 3 generations. And Stephen Ransom says it's, at this point that Scotty wishes he played the bass in the sax.
What really scares me is I remember 1969, the first time I saw it, and when it went into syndication on my one and only TV channel, because they didn't show anything but hits, right? So Star Trek didn't get high enough ratings until it went into syndication.
Well, yeah, because they kept bouncing it around from time slot to time slot. I never got
Well,
a chance.
The thing is, we had in Canada here, we had one freaking channel, right? And it was like it was like you had
Channel. We're lucky to have a channel. Back in our day, it was black and white TV, 24 hours a day, broadcasting a speech by Jill Starlin. Oh, we'd be
It
lucky
was
to
black
have
and white
Star Trek.
TV too, actually.
Yeah, with 24-hour Jill Starlin in Russian.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I
we
think
would have
I'm
given
getting
our
I'm
IT
getting
for a
talked
bit of
over
Star
here,
Trek.
so maybe I will just shut the hell up.
Okay, I actually wanted to say.
No,
the
you're fine.
quote
You're fine,
for
PvP.
Kirk.
I'd like to be fine if somebody had manners, but maybe
So-
they don't.
Or let's
So-
let's try not to talk over other people. Let's give everybody a fair chance.
Yeah, I just wanted to say we had one channel. The first episode I saw, they showed everything out of order, of course. And the first one I saw was the Perry Mason episode where they had the court martial, which was extremely boring as a kid.
Oh, right. Your first TOS episode. Was
Oh, it was
court
horrible,
martial.
Jill.
I love that
Ah.
episode. So
I
it's so
love it
weird.
now, but back then, when
That
when
is a
you're like
weird
11,
question.
it's like this sucks.
Call,
Scotty.
well, call me
But
crazy.
Scotty.
the next week
Scotty-
they showed
okay.
Arena with the Gorn and all the the space
Scotty is
battles and
away
everything.
for
Scotty.
And that's when I loved it.
Scotty is
Scotty,
away
I
for
it's
fell in
not-
love at that point.
Scotty is away
Anyway,
for a few
I
minutes.
will shut the hell up now.
Okay, Scotty is away for a few minutes. So
Call me crazy, but as a little kid, toddler, I loved Perry Mason.
I love Perry Mason too, but it's not when you're expecting phasers and spaceships.
I
and,
know.
You don't want to see a guy, with a stack of books doing a courtroom thing, right?
I know, but you know what? But the reason
Don't
why
you like books?
I
Maybe-
love it, but I love it now. But when I was 11, I didn't. Can you understand that? When you're a little kid, it's like, I don't want to see courtroom stuff. I want to see
no. Well,
guys, phasering people. And
But Kirk says, sure, I like them fine.
I love it all now, though. But, come on, Jill. You must know when you're a little kid, you want to see somebody kicking ass, right?
well, yeah. But the thing is, imagine kids these days trying to watch something like that. They never would. They don't have the attention span. So I'm glad I was exposed to that.
attention-
I love the
span.
episode now. I think Court Martial is one of the greatest episodes. I love it.
Yeah, I
But
can't wait.
I had to grow up and become mature, enough to appreciate it, right?
Yep.
When I was 11, I just like, what's this crap? But that's the thing, right? You change over time.
And anybody want to read Stephen Ransom's comment?
Yes.
I'd love to.
Oh, go ahead, Captain.
Oh, thank you. Stephen Ransom in the chat says Star Trek is a thing because the fans, capitalized, kept it on television.
That's right, because
I
they
wouldn't
had
argue with
the letter campaign to get the season 3, and because they had a season 3, it got to go into syndication, and the syndication kept it alive, and the conventions roared it to final popularity
Just think
forever.
if it hadn't been for that letter campaign, none of us might be even talking about this today.
Yep.
Which
And wasn't
letter? Was it Q?
that letter campaign led by B. Joe Trimble, right?
That's
I
right.
believe it
Led by
was.
the letter
And I have a
Q.
picture
Yeah.
with her.
Believe it was.
Oh well, feel free to share it if you have it available.
Well, I'll share it some other time.
When you can. Anybody would
Yeah,
like to
maybe
read
next
this?
time.
It actually made
comment from Oiler Greg.
Well, okay, I can read it. Well,
Okay.
they made an episode a week in 24 years, so some lesser episodes are expected.
Oh, that's
Well, at
true.
least with those lesser episodes, it gives me something to talk about on Thursdays when people actually pick a Star Trek episodes instead of movies.
Yep. And Apple 2GS used to watch it, Star Trek on CBC2 in color though. Yeah, I didn't get color until late 70s. So yeah, everything for me was black and white up to that point. But I still loved it. It didn't make any difference. And Oiler Greg, would anyone like to read this comment?
Yes, Euler Greg says that's the beauty of Star Trek. As we aged, we saw it through different eyes and appreciated it even more. That's extremely rare.
That's right. it appealed to so many people from different backgrounds and different ways and different races and everything. I mean, you go to a Star Trek convention, you'll see people of all races and ages. It's beautiful, in my
Indeed.
opinion.
I agree. Fantastic. Star Trek conventions really show you how much of a family the community can be.
Yep.
And I actually, can we get back to the episode?
Yes. Sorry,
No,
Jill.
okay.
Go ahead. Please
No, that's
do.
great. No, I do like the tangents, but I wanted to read this from the script again, where Spock says, "Thanks, Jim." Spock says, "Thanks, Jim. It's good to have a friend like you." And Kirk says, "Strange. That's the way I feel about you too, my dear friend Spock. Come, let's go get Mud and Christine." And I feel like this drug is having that kind of effect on them because they're already the closest of friends. So it just tightens that.
Yes.
So they're getting out of the friend zone.
No,
Friend
continuity-wise.
zone. Is that how you
Continuity-wise, they're
describe
going to
Kirk
that.
and Spock's relationship? Kirk, you've been friend zoned.
Yeah, any other new characters can be gay, but Kirk and Spock will not be.
No.
And
So I'm pretty sure that's already been retconned.
I know. That's why I don't watch the new stuff. It's garbage.
No, even
Did it-
on the old Trek, who was it that was talking about it? And he went through and pointed out each time it seemed like Kirk and Spock were about to go do it. Who was
Somebody
that?
did that on
Nowhere,
TOS.
no man has gone before. The friend zone.
you can
whichever-
edit any video you want to present any narrative that you would like to present.
Yeah, I'm confused. What are you talking about, Gorilla? What episode?
He's talking about somebody taking the TOS episodes
Oh.
and re-editing them to make it seem
No,
Right,
he,
showing
didn't- he didn't
showing them out of
re-edit them. He was
context.
just pointing.
Hello.
It's showing them out of context. Yeah, that's not funny.
Right.
But I'm not a fan of that. But
Me
you
neither.
know,
I'm back.
their
in
own,
the
right?
rock-
That's just because
rock
that's not their
monsters.
character. I want
Rock.
I want infinite diversity, infinite combinations,
Rock
any
monsters.
sexuality you want. But
and you know what? I think that's derogatory towards
characters
everybody.
who-
Yeah, that's
who
somebody
are
with
already
no
set.
right. That's somebody who sounds like they are not a Star Trek fan. It sounds derogatory towards Star Trek, and it sounds like whoever that was doesn't have any original ideas. They could have easily had a show like we
Right.
have tonight.
Exactly. And here the rock creature raises itself up.
I love the rock creatures.
Yeah, the rock creature's pretty great. So it's shaking the ground. It's an earthquake.
Yes.
And
We're Harry.
Hey, at least he doesn't have any hair to mess
what's
up.
that thing?
Yeah, he's getting pretty bald at this point.
Rock creature has
Just that
3
comb
eyes.
over. Not fooling anyone, Harry.
Yeah,
Right,
you
Jill's-
just giving it up, Harry. Seriously.
Right. And Jill's right. 2 more eyes open. It has 3 eyes now.
I know, and I was so happy when I saw the final reveal of this rock monster, and I was like, "This mountain's gonna be a rock monster."
Well,
I
think the
still
rock
swear it's
monsters-
gonna be a rock monster.
The rock
Johnny,
monsters
you're
are
3 minutes
awesome,
early.
but why
Well,
are they here? Was there
how
any
else
reason
do
for
I
them
get
to
the-
actually be in the episode?
How else
Scotty,
do I
why are
get
you in an
reputation?
alcove?
Other than just
I'm
fun.
sorry, I'm broadcasting
Hey,
from a
you-
bus terminal.
Oh no, you're fine.
I love
There's
the
a
rock
slight echo.
monsters, but I
The
still,
audible
it puzzles me why
quality
they're actually in the episode.
Well, this is a good example of them being able to show things they weren't able to in the live action series. So
Agreed.
Okay.
they took advantage of that. Yeah.
I kind of
That's-
figured, yeah, that probably has something to do with it. I mean, I
Well,
love
and
them, but it's
This
like
is
they weren't
90%.
really essential to the plot, right? So
This is
90%?
90% of the reason why I love this episode, and it was finally like Star Trek beaming down to a planet with giant rock monsters, and it was like, this is rad.
hey, who doesn't
Look
love
at
a
this!
giant rock monster once in a while, eh, Scotty?
Man, there's a giant rock monster. How can you not give this episode an A+? Look
A
at the look
giant
on
rock.
their faces.
That's something she said, right?
Right.
Never
And
to
no-
me.
I'm
What?
sorry. I'm sorry. Couldn't read.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Jill.
Oh, and it also smashes the shuttlecraft like a tin can.
Yep,
Yes.
like a can of PBR.
Oh my god, I love this episode.
Hey,
I was with that sucker 5 minutes.
I
they
love
just start
this
comparing the
episode.
shuttle to a PBR. This automatic F for that.
All right. I apologize. I didn't mean to hyperbolize.
I apologize for anything I've said today because I
It
really
started
probably
it.
should.
It's all right. I mean, that's
Oh,
how it
you
happens.
picked a better.
If you see the shuttlecraft, it's crushed. But I don't know if I had a picture of it.
Yeah,
Wow.
God, he could have picked any beer, and he picked a PBR.
Oh, it's not that he said it's a beer can. It's the wrong brand for you.
I like PBR.
That's
Oh,
the
God.
issue.
PBR is what I drank in high school.
Aye.
So what if he
Well,
said
it's
red
just freedom.
stripe?
I mean, I like pineapple pizza. It's all about freedom.
Pineapple pizza. Hey, thumbs up, buddy.
Boom.
So the phasers are annoying the
You're
rock
probably being
creatures,
sarcastic,
and
don't you there, Captain?
then it wakes the other one up. Oh, and the book has something about the rock creatures.
Oh, they're gonna kiss.
I still can't
Cool.
get over Spock and Nurse Chapel like getting friendly.
So
They're
it says,
kissing with probing
very
tongues.
wrong.
Like I kind of want that slide and make it my like cover photo on Facebook.
Pretty much.
You want to put that on your desktop,
Yeah.
right, Mary Scotty?
Even Spock gets love.
It is kind of
Sometimes.
sweet. It
Every
is kind of
7 years.
sweet.
Well, it's funny they're doing it right at the base of this monster that's getting ready to kill them, right?
It is.
Well,
it
that
is
too.
hilarious.
That
It
too. They're
is
gonna fall in love
hilarious.
when they're about to be
Yeah.
killed. Yeah. that's
Hold
pretty
on,
funny.
monster. Yeah, hold
Yeah.
on. We're gonna have a moment here. Just hold on.
These giant rock monsters are doing their rock monster thing, and in the middle of it, Spock says, "Hello, Christine. I don't know if you know, but I've always had a fence."
Hello, Christine. Look deeply in my eyes. Before
My
I make
favorite.
mad, passionate love to you. Oh, my sweet baby. and then rock monsters will crush us, of course.
My favorite time that Spock falls in love is this side of paradise because he actually had a history with the lady.
Of course, that
And
is
There might have
awesome.
been real love there.
And it was a beautiful Jill Ireland. Yes, the
That's a
wife
top
of-
10 episode for sure.
Yeah, the wife of Charles Bronson, Jill Ireland. Very beautiful.
I love that episode.
She died at an early age of cancer. Too bad.
Oh yeah, that was tragic.
It was.
Damn.
Sorry.
But that was an amazing episode. I love that episode.
Me too. But also, I wanted to talk about the rock monsters from the book. The book, the animated,
Please do, Jill.
from the official guide to the animated series by Aaron Harvey and Rich Shippies. They say, before William Shatner's aborted attempts to include rock creatures in Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, there were rock creatures of the M planet, Class M planet. This animation proved to be one of the more difficult challenges for Filmation's team in the series.
Ooh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The guys had to animate the rock creatures. The guys that had to animate the rock creatures had a really hard time. Storyboard artist Bob Conner recalled. You could tell from the animation in the show they were killing themselves trying to keep it consistent on screen.
Very cool.
I
did not realize that.
I give him credit. Yes. You know, and reminder, this was the most expensive cartoon they were producing at the time.
I really did not realize that was so difficult. But
I really like the rock monsters too.
there
Like,
was a
Oh, wait, you got it. You got it.
This is funny, hilarious.
Yeah, Kirk tries to call for B-mails, but the transporter technicians are dancing.
And they even have sexy music playing through
They
the
have
speakers.
sexy music playing.
It's like a lounge.
They're all getting busy, aren't they?
This
that's
is
a lot
the
of
closest we
hotness
get
going
to
on in
that.
Enterprise there.
No, but this is the funniest scene I have ever seen in Star Trek.
It is.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
I
Right,
cannot believe this is a Saturday morning
Right,
cartoon,
like
quite
they're
frankly.
dancing away with the music, and you can hear them screaming for help from the planet. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Honestly,
it's-
everybody's getting busy, and it's like Saturday morning. What the hell?
Well, I don't even think that anyone's having all sexy. I think that everyone's just
Well,
having.
it wasn't anything explicit, but let's
Oh, but-
face it. When you're
But it's
cuddling
certainly
like that, you're
implicit.
going to get busy eventually.
All right. I'll accept your X-rated explanation.
I wanted to keep it R-rated, but
Well, it's
I'll go with
GAS.
that.
It's GAS.
What about
so it's
NC-17 as a compromise?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no.
NC-17.
Yeah.
I'll go with NC-17 for sure.
When we say sexy music in that content, it's rated G, as long as we don't use it.
They're just
in other
getting
ways.
friendly.
Right? They're just enjoying themselves, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
This is the
exactly.
best
I
Cub
will
Scouts
say
meeting I've ever been to.
Great episode, though. Jeez,
Okay,
so-
Jill.
good episode.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So then we see that the love potions also making Spock incredibly stupid. He can't stop holding Christine, and she plays along, which is even more stupid. But okay,
Yeah.
but I guess it's okay.
Taking advantage of the moment.
Oh,
Look at
there's
Bones.
McCoy. Well, look at McCoy.
This
I mean,
scene-
come on, McCoy.
This scene is
When does
amazing.
Bones ever get any action? Like, wow, this was pretty nice.
Well,
Have
Look,
you,
the guy's
have-
all sad because he doesn't get to
Bones
join
is
you.
finally going to bone someone. He's going to
I
finally live
like
up to his
Bones,
name.
and
Yeah.
I think he should have had a little more action.
Well,
Why
it's
does he need to
also-
bone him?
Just my opinion. Just my opinion.
Why do they
Not
call you
saying
Bones?
anything.
Come back to my cabin
This
and I'll
other
let you
red
know,
shirt
honey.
here is looking all sad because he
It's
can't
just,
join in.
come back.
Well, the thing about it is that Dr. McCoy is a bit like Kirk in that he can't really have relationships with the crew members.
Poor
Because,
More
Bones.
importantly,
he's their doctor.
right.
Jill,
Bones.
Jill, I don't think it's meant to be a plot point, but again, I just want to note I'm appalled at the bare legs. They should be wearing maybe
Okay.
tights, stockings,
right.
hold up, something, bare legs. That is in direct contravention of Starfleet Regulation 45763.69.
Oh yeah, I'm totally offended by that. That should be
Maybe,
rectified.
maybe they're on the
So-
floor.
So the
You keep the stockings on. What the hell?
And back to the rock monsters.
Sorry, just kidding here.
Rock
Before we get to Rock Godzilla, Dr. McCoy is being like, have I ever told you the time that I saved Captain Kirk's life? And I was waiting for a reference. And he's
Yeah, I
like,
thought my
what about
pretty
Spock?
funny here.
I think
What
he said
about
that-
my
he said the
dear
times.
friend?
But I think he said-
Scotty.
I think he said the times with a plural form that he said.
Yeah.
Kirk and Spock. Yeah.
And he just keeps going off about how awesome he is. And also, it is weird that this female actress, who is not real,
Oh my
this is just a
God.
picture, she has no lines.
she's just listening.
Well, it's the
She
end of the
listens,
party, isn't it?
she shakes her head in admiration with a smile upon her face. It is ridiculous. I have never seen anyone animate something that doesn't have a voice.
Well,
just
she
too
was
much
under
like-
the
yeah.
influence of the love gas, wasn't she, Scotty?
Hey, Scotty.
Oh,
Back
yeah,
off. I'm
toads.
going to school with Sarvik over here. Back off, Scotty.
I think
you
that's the only
gooseberry.
reason. Like, she probably
think
would
that-
not have even been interested in McCoy if she wasn't,
Hey, two
That's
companies,
what's
three's the
love
crowd. Buzz off.
I think every lady is interested in McCoy.
I think it was a
I
fun
just think that
scene. I mean,
McCoy is
Yeah, we don't
concerning.
get to
Well,
see McCoy get
he's still a
any
man.
action.
I want to
Anytime
remind.
they get a little bit of romance is kind of nice.
I apologize. I need to remind everybody. Jill's on a tight schedule.
Oh, that's all right.
Well,
I'm okay.
No,
anytime
but I know it's
I
late
will
for you.
go
But if we do-
anytime you need to go.
No,
But if
no, I'm not telling anybody to leave. No. I'm
Everyone's
just saying
No,
on
that
I'll
the
just
same
leave
time.
whenever.
I know we
At
have.
the
No,
same time, I insist.
Whenever,
saying,
whenever
I-
it's needed, I
No.
can go. I have
no,
no schedule.
PvP. No, you're welcome. I'm just saying. I know we had to keep this. We just had to keep it kind of
Oh
going.
no pop culture. I have no schedule, so I'm here as long as you're here.
Okay. All right.
Yes, good point. I do need to do a few things.
But if Jill
rock
has stuff
monster-
to
Let's
do,
spend
that's
more
fine.
time talking about how much time we've got. I've
Oh,
got about
sweet
15
Christine.
minutes,
Oh
possibly.
my god. Okay, the rock monsters continue to pursue. So Kirk takes the crystals from Mud, and on the bridge, Scotty and the crew the effects of the drug have worn off.
Drug.
Yeah, it looks like they all had way too much good time.
Somebody's rubbing against their mic.
Yeah,
quite a
somebody's
bit.
having a mic
Well,
issue.
not
Yeah,
me.
somebody-
Not me. I haven't done anything different.
That's probably
Yeah.
I've
This
had
is-
the same
right.
mic
Who is it?
situation going for
Who is
over
it?
an hour now. So
So they're having a major hangover from the drug, and we see that the side effect is that when this drug wears off, you hate the person you previously loved.
Right,
yeah,
and it's
that's
like a
kinda-
bad
It is
hangover.
alcohol.
Right, Scotty does say it's like a bad
that's
hangover.
kinda
Yes.
bad.
About this, the book has it has Scotty's quote, "I've got a hangover to shame all previous hangovers, and I did not touch a drop of scotch."
I imagine Scotty's had some world class hangovers too in his past.
Well, her tail's not in the air anymore,
That
right?
week.
Right.
Scotty's probably drank just about every damn thing that has alcohol in it at one time.
Mhm. and
Are
so
you talking about me or him?
No, I'm talking about him, not you. Well, hey, Scotty, you want to confess something we don't know previously?
Scotty
Hi,
will
my
drink.
name is Scott, and I'm an alcoholic.
Scotty will drink anything but synthahol, right?
Oh God!
Yeah. What
I
the
didn't-
bloody hell is this?
I didn't even think about that, but that's an interesting point when you bring it up there, Scotty. What you been drinking this
I
week?
am very open with my alcoholism. Thank you.
Oh God! I did like the way that Scotty and the cat lady kind of were turned on though earlier in the episode. I thought,
Same with the
Easy.
cards.
Don't trigger my furry intentions.
I thought
Okay, so
she's kind of cute, and
Too
Scotty and her
She's
they're a very
many
good couple.
jokes.
I will shut the hell. I won't go any further.
okay, so the book continues
That's what
about
she
this hangover. Comments of hangovers due to alcohol consumption, a drug which made the crew appear as if they were high, as well as abandoning their posts, were probably not appropriate content for TAS's younger viewers. Up until this point, each episode offered that same audience a little lesson, subliminal or overt, but Mudd's passion was clearly a prime time script. If that was not enough, Chapel, one of the Enterprise's experienced crew members, utilized the potion to trick Spock into loving her. However, after the effects wore off, Chapel wound up being angry at Spock, Mudd, and everyone else when it was her decision that led to Mudd's escape and his jeopardizing the landing party.
Right, which has put the whole ship and the crew in danger.
Yes. And that's part of my problem with the episode.
Yeah.
And it is justified. I wanted to bring this up real quick before I get too far behind on the chats. But
Sure.
would anybody like to read Stephen Ransom's chat?
Go for it, Jill.
Sure,
You're good at
okay.
reading.
Indeed, Euler Greg, UFO, Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, and Space 1999 are infinitely rewatchable. The stories were reaching that made them fascinating.
Mm.
I agree. Yep,
I agree
absolutely.
100% with that comment. They're all rewatchable.
Okay, Jill, go ahead. And for all you guys in the chat, I will be catching up to you. I don't want you to think that I'm forgetting about you.
I've been ignoring your chat, sadly.
And
What's the chat?
just a moment.
Admiral on deck.
You can read a few chats. I'll be right back.
Okay, Euler Greg says, good list,
Mummy
Stephen.
duties.
I'm rewatching UFO series now. Well, Stephen, Antiderivative Jill has been talking about it every Friday on her channel. So if you like UFOs, she's been covering it with people on the panel. And so, I recommend her channel once again.
And I just want to say UFO is actually here available on YouTube. That's where I've been watching them to catch up.
the entire series, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole series is on here on YouTube. I
Oh.
probably shouldn't mention it because they'll probably get copyrighted now. But
Well,
No,
but
no, you won't get copyrighted just by saying that. No,
they've been on here for a couple of years at least, I think, though. So
cool.
yeah, full episodes, great quality. I've been watching them every week before I go on Jill's stream and watch it with her. So yeah, great show. I highly recommend it to everybody.
Thank you.
Well, you're
So-
welcome, Jill.
On the planet, everyone fires at the rock creature. One opens its mouth, and Kirk throws.
all 11 of the space sex rocks that he got, like he got 2 from Mudd, right?
Don't worry about the space rocks that I got. I'm just a creature from the block.
My
No.
question is, how come the sex rocks don't turn the rock creatures on? They should have been like being buddies, right?
That's what I thought, but I guess not.
Well,
I-
they had a rocky
They didn't seem any
relationship.
friendlier.
Oh, please.
Or maybe the dose wasn't high enough.
Maybe sex rocks don't work on rock creatures.
How do rock people have sex?
Maybe they don't. That's
Rock and roll?
maybe the problem. Maybe
guess.
that's why it didn't work.
That's
Not that I give a
exactly
crap,
why.
really.
Rock people have cloacas.
Well, what I
No,
think here is
just don't.
that-
I don't care.
Well, apparently the rock creature in live action was going to be played by Dwayne Johnson.
Well, he is the Rock.
Thank you.
The rock,
Wow,
rock creature.
that
the rock-
joke is that joke's amazing.
Welcome to commenting on a joke with another joke, which may or may not have included sarcasm.
Yeah, I pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much what I.
So anyway, Captain Kirk throws the love potion into the mouth of the rock creature.
Yes, then the rock creature loses its aggression towards the humans
Oh
and
my
Yes.
it's
God.
redirected towards the other creature.
Which is cool.
Yeah, so suddenly
Very
that rock
cool.
creature
Look at that.
might love the humans, but we don't know. We don't see that part. But
You know what? And the thing is when I saw these two rock creatures start fighting, I was like, so when are they going to have sex?
Oh.
later, we don't see that part.
Scotty.
It's off screen.
It's a Saturday morning cartoon.
Hey,
That
Scotty.
happens. No,
You
you're
can
right.
see anybody having sex anytime.
It's a
Off camera.
love potion story.
Hey,
Yeah, but
Scotty.
Saturday
You
morning.
were
you
forgetting-
don't see anybody
You
having
were
sex.
forgetting the foreplay. You were forgetting
I
the
Yeah,
am.
foreplay.
foreplay's fine, but you ain't gonna get seeing the down and
Scotty,
dirty.
you're forgetting the foreplay. Welcome to sentences he's never heard before.
Yeah,
Now
I'm usually a skip the foreplay guy.
Oh, I could,
Okay.
I could do foreplay all day
That
long.
might explain everything there, Scotty.
Well, it seems
gotta
that
have
you
the
gentlemen are
foreplay.
correct.
Okay.
Oh crap!
Okay.
Are we gonna get to the rest of this
get-
episode?
Yeah, we just have one more sentence, but I have
Yeah,
to be right
Emperor
back.
on
I'm
deck.
sorry.
Emperor on deck. We have a code red. Jill, we have a code red. We have a code
Oh
red,
god!
Jill.
Code
Red
red.
alarm. Red
Red
alarm.
emergency, Jill.
Red alarm.
I'm good here. Whenever anybody wants to continue.
Oh no, we're not even live yet. I'll let you know.
Yeah, when are we going live, Scotty?
Finish,
I
guys.
don't
You
know.
wanna
Soon.
Talk about anything else since
All right,
Thank
let's
you,
read
Scotty.
some
You're on hold.
chats.
There's chat.
I do really enjoy the animation of. Well,
Did you-
again, I feel like I'm objectifying Christine Chapel
I think
based on this episode, and it's making her look very sexy.
I agree, 100%, Scotty. I thought Christine looked awesome in this episode.
And
She
Well,
was
Ola,
that's the
incredibly
male
sexy.
gaze, isn't it?
Ola Drake
Fuck the
says,
male gaze. I don't give a fuck. Fuck, you know what? F
Oh,
the male
yeah.
gaze.
Wow.
please don't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't
Yeah.
mean to
I think
swear,
it was
but
just the shock of putting the headphones on just at that
it's
exact
like,
moment.
come
Yeah.
on.
That
Yeah,
was
I know,
timing and a half.
If we didn't have the
That's-
male gaze, we'd all be. We
No,
we
it's
wouldn't
not
have
that.
we wouldn't
It's-
have a species, would we?
No,
We'd all
that's
die out.
no, that's not what we're talking
after
about.
100 years.
That's not what we're talking about. There's other ways to express your feelings without the letters, without the F
Oh,
word,
shit.
please. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done it again. That's
I
the
did
Um,
not mean
Let's
to-
read it. Okay, we need to make Jill a priority and give her the spotlight. I know she's
Yeah,
running
come
out of
on,
time.
Joe. Come on.
we
Take us-
can
take us
hear
to
her-
the conclusion, Joe.
We can hear her kids back there. So yeah, I know that she's a busy mom.
Please continue, Joe.
Yeah, in your own time, Jill. Come on.
I will shut the hell up and let
If
you-
she-
So will
if-
I. Any moment now.
Well, I'm not telling everybody to shut up. I'm just asking you guys to give her the
Neither am
spotlight and the
No,
priority is all.
I love and respect Joe immensely.
So do
Order, until she comes back, I'll say Order Greg says.
I've never
Chapter
heard
12
of this Jill person.
Yeah, who's the scary character?
Who's
Greg
this Joe
says-
person?
Well,
Well,
Greg-
Scotty, if you don't know who Jill is, you
Order Greg says Shatner stole the
Oh
rock.
yeah,
Creature
Scotty
idea
does not
and the
know who
cir-
I am.
Does anyone know, Jill? Does anyone?
Go ahead, Jill.
anytime you're on
Now that the drug is worn off, Nurse Chapel.
Calm down.
Captain, everybody, I just have one sentence here.
Here we are.
So now that the drug is worn off, Nurse Chapel briefly hates Spock and everybody, showing how the hatred affects everybody after the drug's worn off. And Mud's going back to rehabilitation, and the episode is finished.
Yes.
And
Thank
then
you.
we have ratings. Then for ratings, for this episode, I give this episode a D. I might have given it a
Okay.
B. So
Okay.
without my problems with it, I would have given it a B. But because I love the other two Mud episodes, and it's really cool to have the original writer and actor for Mud to come back. But I can't really forgive the idiocy they ascribed to Nurse Chapel. Starfleet is the best and brightest, and they would never fall for something as idiotic as a love potion. For one thing, I believe that Nurse Chapel's love for Spock is actually strong enough that she would never want to trick him into falsely loving her back. There's just no way. And also, if she did, she knows better than to mess with the strange drug. Had she confiscated it, like they mentioned before, from Mud in order to analyze it, like they suggest, and then it accidentally triggered, and then she accidentally touched Spock, then this would be a much better episode. But she deliberately takes it, like a dummy, that I know she's not. So I just don't like an episode that makes her character less than brilliant. I also don't think she would want love from Spock to come from such a false place as a love potion. And it only doesn't go down to an F because I love the rock monsters.
All right. I give it an A+. I think that this show is exactly what I wanted from an animated Star Trek show. And I absolutely understand every argument that you have when it comes to Christine. Oh, my sweet Christine. My delicious Christine. We'll be together someday, I swear. Like, there is something about it that is just kitschy and weird and, like, I don't know. Have you ever seen the Fritz the Cat?
Maybe.
This is like a PG-13 Fritz the Cat sexcapade. It's insane. And then there's like rock monsters and there's like scientific investigation. Like everything about this show, this episode, this 20 minutes of television
I
made
didn't
me
mean to leave.
so happy.
I
Oh,
hit
you're
the
fine,
wrong
PvP.
button and I accidentally.
Oh, PvP.
left.
Scotty's giving his review.
So I give this one a 10 out of 10. It was something that I never saw before. It was whimsical to a point, but also the bad guys got their just desserts. So I don't know. This was just a fun episode. I loved it so much because it was so silly and ridiculous. Rock monsters.
Nice.
That's my review of Mud's Passion. Rock monsters.
Very cool. And how about you, Gorilla? Do you still stick with the F?
I'd give it maybe a high C plus, maybe a low B minus there.
Oh wow.
Like I wasn't really entertained by it. I was more interested in teaching my kid how to cook than I was in the episode, to be honest. Then
That's totally fine.
it's like Harry Mudd, not in it. To me, hell, he was more interesting in Discovery than he was. I felt like in the other in like this episode. I'll still stick with he made a great pimp in Mudd's Women there, even though they didn't put the spinners on his shuttle or the Cadillac symbol on the hood of the shuttle.
Okay, and PvP, what grade would you give this episode?
Hey, am I back?
You are
sorry,
back, sir.
I hit some freaking. Sorry,
I did the same thing all
I
the
hit
time.
an effing button and it just took me right out.
It's totally
The
it's
effing
totally
and jeffing
understandable.
button.
And I would give this an A. I love this episode, which is weird because I'm
Hell
not
yeah.
a big fan. I'm not a fan of Harry Mudd at all. Like the
Well,
first,
except for this one.
the two, TOS episodes with Harry were like, okay, they're good, they're fine, well, especially the second was kind of funny, right? Because it was like a comedy episode, basically.
Yes.
But I was never a big fan of either of the TOS Harry Mudd. I just wasn't. I guess I'm one of those weird people that just wasn't a big Harry fan.
That's
but
fine.
I love this episode. I think this episode was great, so I give it an A.
Wonderful. And Captain Infinity, what would you get on an A to whatever?
It's
scale
Captain
you'd like?
Infinity, but thank you. Well, makes me think of the a later Star Trek incarnation with indeed B'Elanna Torres and Tom Paris in a
What do you
similar
want about?
situation when she's under the influence and she wants to get it on with Paris, and he's like, "Oh no, we can't."
Well, it's a Pon Farr thing.
Exactly. So, in a way, but yeah, overall, so a lot to like, a lot to dislike, but I definitely proven correct that the Starfleet female uniform does look better with a belt. The bare legs, though, disgusting. I would have given it an A+, but I find the entire numbering, lettering, grading system arbitrary and meaningless, and because of the bare legs, I give it an F.
Okay. And
Well,
I would say
you're on Gorilla's side.
I'm practically
I don't
totally,
take sides. Miley's side, Scotty, is truth.
and I was gonna.
May I ask, Scotty, in pop culture, what everybody, what Jill and Scotty and Gorilla rated it? Because I was unfortunately not here trying to get my computer to restart.
Okay, well, we'll do the whole show again. Okay, so from the beginning.
Welcome, everybody. Hi, this is Pop Culture
It only
here.
takes like 30 seconds, for God's sake. Come on.
No,
I left for 12 minutes and I was early by 3.
So that's an A,
I
then,
rated it a D. And if you want to rewind and watch back, I did give a review as to why.
Well,
so
I will do that, Jill. I'm shocked.
Right, and
I gave it an A+, but in hindsight, I give it a C.
Let's see. Okay.
You did not. You can have keep
Well,
it.
yeah, we have very,
I can do
very,
whatever
very,
I want.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
you
very
can. But just a
different
minute ago, you
opinions,
gave
do
it
we
an
not?
A plus.
I give it
Exactly,
an A+.
typical
I thought it was
There you
silly,
go.
gratuitous, awesome.
That's
I
better.
love you guys, even though when you're wrong.
I gave it a high C plus, low B minus.
Which
well,
pick
I'm
a
glad
two?
we.
I'm glad I was here today because usually I would be working, but I wasn't feeling well, so I took the day off.
Well, and we're glad you're here. And Gorilla, I'm glad we were able to change your opinion from the beginning to the end.
I'm confused by the concept of changing it. I want to change mine to A+.
No, I can't.
Yeah,
If I can't, you can't.
and I'm not able to.
Oh my God!
So I did. I voted in the poll.
Good,
are you guys gonna? Are you
There's
gonna
like
close the
two
poll?
timelines now.
Yes, as a reminder for all you in the chat, there's a poll out there. If you'd like to vote
His
on
name
this
is
episode
Bishek. Just tell
and
him
give us
in
your
Doppler.
opinion on it, I'll be showing the results of that poll here in a second.
I'd vote on the poll, but it won't matter.
Well, the poll's been closed.
It won't change my opinion
okay.
anyway. So.
Yours is in like an A+ diamond.
When I get
A++
an opinion on
double
an episode,
diamond,
I am rock solid, baby.
Whatever, I bet.
Thank you,
Even
everybody,
if
for
I'm
voting.
wrong, I don't care. It's just
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We all have different opinions. Nobody's wrong here. Nobody's right.
Yeah,
nobody's wrong.
I'm just me. I got it.
It's just so weird
like
because
Frank
I
Sinatra
agree
said, I
with
gotta
you,
be me.
PvP.
I did it my way.
That's the way we want it. Totally honesty, right? We don't want
Beaming
you
down to the planet surface.
I gotta be me.
Right. We want to say what you're thinking. We don't want you to repeat what other people are thinking. Unlike my review, it's almost
That's right.
My review is almost as a perfect copy of Jill's. I liked it and disliked it for the same reasons. It's too bad they had to sacrifice Chapel's character in order to do a dumb move like that in the plot and manipulate Spock.
That was
it's totally
dumb.
unbelievable. It was.
I gotta agree that.
But remember,
that was very dumb. But I still had to give it. Excuse me. I still had to give it a high rating because
PvP, when we're giving the reviews, it's kind of fun to let the reviewer give their full review before coming.
Oh, sorry. I'll shut up.
Shut up, you son of a bitch!
No, I don't like those words. No, you're fine. You're fine.
I was being rude for the sake of humor. I apologize.
Yeah, I don't like the term "shut up." I just don't.
I
like
didn't
that.
mean.
I know. I was just. I was
think
yelling.
It's direct. I think it's
well, we
like
met.
a blazing splash of water.
No,
I just want to say, in spite of flaws, I thought it was a great episode.
I prefer shut the. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like
Be
it
more
because then they have to do the swearing in their minds. That's a go-to of mine. STFU. I love that. I drop that every day.
So for me, my negatives was Christine's attitude, which was against her character. I like the rock creatures. I like that. I liked that the episode was funny. I was glad to see Roger C. Carmel back.
Mm-hmm.
And as a reminder, everybody.
Right, I agree.
So I agree with Jill on every point she said, and I'm going to give it a C. Is what I'll give it. Yeah, that's and for everybody out, if you're in the chat and if you voted, I appreciate it. I'm going to now show the results. I'm trying to move along a little fast. I apologize because I know people have plans and places they have to go. So if I can move and do this fast
Apology
enough.
accepted, Captain Nida.
And
I
hopefully I
respect
can do
everybody's opinions on this one.
We got a code red. We got a code red. Got
Uh-oh.
a Jill. We got a Jill down. Jill to the transporter room, please.
And let me end the poll. I've already done that. Nope. How do I scroll
I
up on
think
this
I
poll?
gave
here?
it an A.
There we go. There's the poll right there. So we have 14 votes. What grade would you give Mud's Passion? So the best rating is surprisingly everybody in the chat liked it better than we did. A plus to A minus was 42%. B plus to B minus 35. C plus to C minus 14. D plus to D minus 7.
Well,
So
And that
that's
one
a
was
bad
Jill's.
rating too.
Yeah, win.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
the stuff. I gave it an A.
Yeah, me too. I did.
Yeah, I did and I
just-
didn't.
I feel weird. I mean, I never
I feel
liked
weird.
Harry
I feel-
Mudd as the character, but
I feel so
I
good,
just
Mr.
love
Stark.
this episode. It was just fun. Okay, the whole Christine thing was a big flaw. And
Well,
I
but
should have
also,
probably given it a B, but I still enjoyed it.
like,
Robert
also,
and
let's
Perry.
not forget I'm a furry.
Well,
So
I'm glad you
Well,
enjoyed yourself.
I gotta say the cat lady is kind of hot.
she's kind of cute, right?
I would be
Okay.
her
Check,
boyfriend
please.
for a while. Meow. Make me purr, baby.
I was
All right,
thinking of all
so,
that drinking the water with the chemicals in it.
Yeah, it has now
Okay,
been
I'm not a
confirmed that.
furry, but
Yeah, you
kinda
are.
cute. She is kind of cute.
You just said that Imres was hot.
Well,
I think that by default makes you a
Could-
furry.
Yeah, I've
she
clipped
make-
it, or it's already
could
on
she
the
make
internet. I've
you
made a little
purr a bit
video
there,
already.
Scotty?
It's already a YouTube short, yo.
Well, like, and I already
I
said
bet she'd
it.
make you purr too.
All right. Well, no, I'd like to make her purr for sure.
Oh God, I'm getting so silly. I'm sorry.
And Stephen Ransom in the chat says at Antiderivative Jill,
silly.
this would be a great Valentine's Day rewatch. Stephen Ransom says, Captain, no bones about it. Sorry, guys. I need to get,
No, poor
yeah,
Bones.
these
Hey,
chats
Bones
go
is
way
gonna
back.
he's going to get
Poor
lucky in this one.
Bones.
Come on.
And Orla Greg says, where's Bones mint julep drink? And Orla Greg says,
this
party
side of
time
paradise.
in sick bay. You can see, I'm sorry, I'm so far back on the chats,
I
everybody.
do think we need a Bones episode where he actually.
These are great chats.
Stephen Ransom
need
says,
a Bones
NCC love vote. Yes, I totally agree.
Exciting and new.
And Orla Greg says red shirts naturally hide in sick bay in a crisis. Oh, that is definitely true. We have evidence of that. Orla Greg says somebody should do a Sulu time countdown. Interesting. That's a good idea. And Stephen Ransom says, or has something else tuckered them out. Okay, so we're catching up to the over. And Stephen Ransom says Sulu took on all the red shirts. Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
Orla Greg says, what did she do with her tail? And Stephen Ransom says, no worries, finish the show. Thank you, Stephen. With a heart. And Apple2GS says, and Antiderivative Jill, thumbs up.
Thank you.
And Apple2GS says, it's the TAS version of Sub Rosa. Ha. Stephen Ransom
I
says,
wouldn't be that harsh.
did the B-52s see this as children? That'd be interesting, right?
That would be
Love
weird.
Shack and Rock Lobster, says Stephen Ransom.
Oh, not the
Oh, wow,
B-52s. I'd really rather listen to an actual B-52.
And Stephen Ransom gives the episode a B, also Jill. So that's good
Yeah,
to know.
B-52.
And Euler Greg gives it a B as well. So now we know.
Too, if it were written just slightly different.
Yeah.
If
Stephen Ransom
well,
says
I
the
would have liked Star Wars Episode 7 if they didn't kill Han Solo.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yes.
Captain Affinity, are you wanting to listen to the B-52s because you're close to the borders of madness?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
And-
Are you over in Eastern Europe? So I think you said something
No.
about being on the. Well, I think you
Yes.
said something about
I'm
being on
in-
the
Sorry,
wrong
had
side.
another button.
I'm in New Zealand, but
Oh, okay.
I
I
love
think
the
that's all about being on the
B-52.
wrong side of the line. in Europe.
And Stephen
Yeah, I'm
Ransom
not in
says
Europe.
Stephen Ransom says The Captain's Backyard. Orla Greg says Free Enterprise was a good movie with Shatner. Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
And Robert Meyer Burnett wrote that, and I gave him credit for that. It was a
Directed
funny,
it.
wonderful movie. Wrote and directed.
Kept Shatner
Yeah.
waiting on the set.
Burnett
Co-wrote.
did that one.
Let's not forget Mark A. Altman as well.
Don't keep Shatner waiting next time, Rob. Get it together.
Hey, man, it was a brilliant story of learning how to work within that industry. I think that Free Enterprise is one of my favorite movies. So
I think it was fantastic that he got Shatner to agree to pretty much make fun of himself.
I love
So,
listening to it. I love listening to Robert talking about that on his channel. He was
My-
like,
Yeah,
He was
when he's
like-
not calling
he was
Doomcock
like
a
talking
hipster.
to Shatner, and Shatner just like gave him a total.
yeah, and also I appreciate the fact that he took advice from a legend. Like if someone says, "Hey, can I give you some advice?" and I don't mean to be rude, but this is the way you should be running things.
Don't
You
keep
take-
Bill waiting.
Yeah, you take that obviously because they know more than you do, right?
Well, yeah, like if William Shatner told me how to run my job, I would be like, "Yeah, you got a good point."
I took that note. That's why it's valid. I don't keep actors waiting now because of that story.
I wish.
So-
Yeah, I've been trying to narrow down a stream of Robert Meyer Burnett's of where he's talked specifically about that, but I sat through so many hours and hours where he would just touch on it here and there. I kind of lost interest. It's too bad. I wish I could just find one
Oh,
stream.
his
where he
prison,
talks
his
just
prison
about that.
anecdotes are awesome. Sorry, jail, not the same thing.
Oh, if you have like if
The speeding ticket.
Free Enterprise is such an interesting movie.
I know. I still remember my biggest laugh of that entire movie was when the main character, I don't remember his name, but his answering machine, and he pushes play.
It was Robert.
He pushes the play on the answering machine, and it says, "Hey, Bill Shatner here," and he hangs up. It's like that was the biggest laugh for me. He was tired of hearing from him, and it's like totally the opposite. Can you imagine if we got a call from William Shatner and we just like, no thanks, and just hang up?
But yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it. It's great.
Okay. Is Jill back yet? I know she had to step away there for a moment. She's not back yet.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. This is for everybody on the panel and in the chat. Is there anything you'd like to share with us before we leave? I know we're getting close to the end.
Oh, is this self-promotion time?
Sure, this would be a great self-promotion time, and then we'll let Jill promote her channel when she comes back.
Well,
So tell us about your channel, Scotty. Hit it.
Jill has a channel? I didn't know.
Oh, I
Actually-
came back just in the right time.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect timing, Jill. Okay, Jill.
Tell
we got
us
the,
about your
Talking my
channel.
yeah, we got the poll results. We've covered that, and we got all the chat caught up. So we're ready for to tell us about your channel, if you'd like, Jill.
It's commercial
Sure.
time.
I have a channel called Antiderivative Jill where I talk about science fiction. I've talked about Star Trek and UFO and all of the Orville. And I just plan on talking more about all of the cool stuff I like. And with whichever guest hosts want to join me, like Pop Culture Curator and Scotty.
Right. TOS, and you're doing UFO, right?
Yes.
UFO.
Tomorrow I'll be reviewing the TOS episode, What Little Girls Are Made Of.
Oh, Roger Corby.
Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun in the chat with that one.
Great. Can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, I recommend. I second that, everybody. Under Jill, she's underestimating herself. She has a wonderful channel and a lot of fantastic, interesting commentary and streams. So definitely, please check out her channel. She has a wide variety.
Thank you.
And Scotty, it's your turn.
I do have a channel. So there's this movie that I have been terrified of. I've been so terrified of it that I skipped all of my shows last week. And this Wednesday, I will watch a movie that I am terrified of.
Born.
I thought that was last Wednesday.
I skipped it because I was
Chickened
scared.
out, pop culture.
I
Left
chickened
the
out.
internet.
You have
Okay.
good reason.
But this week,
Exactly,
this
I'll be killed,
Wednesday,
you'll be without.
People
my
are
company
doing
on that
Halloween
day.
shows. This is an actual movie that I'm just like, I think this is going to make me, I don't even know what this movie is going to be. And so I'm so curious. I have to go to a store to buy it. It's going to be $5. Don't worry about it. Join the Patreon or whatever.
Are you going to do a live reaction?
No, not a live well, no, we're doing the review of the movie on Wednesday.
I know, but a lot of people do reactions too. Those seem to be popular.
Well, and here's the best part is that
I do reactions to
I still haven't seen the film.
Right.
I know my co-host for Bullets, Blades, and Babes has seen it. She hates it.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's some sort of monumental, like, psychological thriller that's going to break my entire psychosis. And I don't know. And everyone else is being like, it's not that good.
The best thing I could say about it is that it is cursed.
Have
Why
you seen
is
it,
it
Jill?
cursed?
You'll see.
Have you seen it, Jill?
No, she has.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
She doesn't want to spoil it for me.
That's totally fine. I totally respect that.
I
agree
don't.
with it. Stephen Ransom in the chat says, Scotty, would you like to read this for us?
Is that what really happened? With a shrugging Karen, Scotty R37, you woos.
Woos.
Is that a shrugging Karen? Is that what that was?
Shrugging Karen? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, it was a guy with his hand on his face.
Oh, it was a face palm?
Yeah,
it was a face palm.
Face palm, maybe. And PvP, would you like to share us anything about your channel? I know PvP's been having technical difficulty, may not be able to hear us. Okay, we'll get back to him when he comes back. Gorilla, tell us about your channel.
Well, we just started Stranger Things on Wednesdays there. Like, literally, we just started it. Thursday, we were I'm defending what was it? Microwave Massacre or something. Yep. I think that's the one you picked.
Microwave Massacre.
That's right. The Academy Award-winning Microwave Massacre that took away the Oscars.
Yeah, I gotta defend that one there. They're talk about the good stuff in the show there. So we'll be doing that one Thursday. Then we just got Babylon 5, then Psycho 4 on Wednesday or on Sunday.
Nice.
And then in 2 weeks, the Sunday before Halloween, we will be watching a movie that it's the only movie that was filmed in my hometown, and so it has like a little special place for it there. It's based on an urban legend that's been going around the county because of asshole fur trader back in the 1800s. So I'm hoping to get maybe 20 people to come along and watch that with us.
And the name of that is
Loon Lake.
There you go.
Loon Laker.
Okay. And Captain Infinity, is there anything you'd
Hello,
like to share?
I am Captain Infinity, and if you want to become even more handsome and beautiful, richer, and also more witty, then listen to me, Captain Infinity. Subscribe now. On a good day, we might have Scotty drop by, raise the bar, face, neck, and shoulders, talking about She-Hulk. Also, Singing in the Rain. Is it a documentary? Pulp Fiction. Is it a work of fiction? Pulp Fiction. Cartoons. Are they real? Reality. Is it a cartoon? Blade Runner. Is he a Deckard? I don't know. Who cares? So subscribe now, please, as I finish this sentence and get the heck out of here. Subscribe now, Captain Infinity. Also, author of the forthcoming comic book, Captain Infinity. There's no time travel in it, unless you count the comic book in the comic book. But apart from that, there's definitely no time travel. I got no time for time travel, Captain Infinity. Thank you, pop culture.
It is my pleasure, and I agree. Everyone, check out all these panelists. They have a wide variety of channels, and they're very, very entertaining. You will not be disappointed. Dalek45, anytime. Dalek451 says, "Hey, I'm about to go live on my channel. If anyone would care to join me, I will be there shortly, sir."
I'll be there. Is Moises going?
take my dogs out here for a bit here and do a couple things there, and I'll be there.
Buckle in, folks.
And
All
Stephen
right.
Ransom says, "See you there, Dalek for Pilot One." And look at Oiler Greg says, "I sub Jill." So there you go.
Thank you for subscribing,
Yay,
Oiler
well
Greg.
done, Jill.
That means that
Yeah.
now I have 280 subscribers. So
Woo.
Yes,
thank you.
yes, more power, Jill.
Boy, she's outpacing me like crazy, right?
After 300 subs, you
Oh,
get to be
not
distant
really.
and arrogant. After 400, you get groupies.
It's okay, Jill. I'm not jealous. You deserve it.
You're
deserve it.
Thank
jealous.
you.
And Lemon Pie says Captain. I'm not sure what the symbol is.
It's a cap.
It's a cap.
It's a cat. Captain.
Okay.
Very good, Lemon Pie.
Thank you. And my channel, as you can see, we have Star Trek TAS reviews Tuesday evenings or mornings, depending on where you are. And every Wednesday, I'm on Antiderivative Jill's channel. You'll find us there reviewing Star Trek, the original series. And we're doing What a Little Girl's Made Of tomorrow. And on Wednesdays, I will be covering Gilligan's Island. Last week, I covered the pilot and the inspiration.
That was
And
Gilligan,
starting
wasn't it?
Gilligan's Island. And Wednesday, I'll be
He was the
I'll be-
pilot.
He was
Hey.
okay.
Hey,
And
Pop there, I think you should phrase that as the unaired pilot because that wasn't the true pilot, or at least in
well,
my
pilots. Well, hold on. Pilots are
Oh, we got a pilot discrepancy. What the?
pilot. The word pilot means unaired usually. Most series don't usually air the pilot, but okay, the unaired pilot starring
Lemon, I think there's a saluting emoji, but anyway,
Right.
you do you.
So the unaired pilot, basically, it was before we had Professor Marianne and Ginger. We all know and love it. Had the original people who were eventually replaced.
Ann, especially Mary Ann.
And this Wednesday, we're going to start with episodes 1 and 2. So if you like Gilligan's Island or Star Trek or any fun stuff like that, please check out my channel when you get a chance. And Captain
Absolutely.
Lemon Pie says that's a tip of the hat.
It
The
is.
best I can
there
do
is
an
a
emoji
salute
for 'em.
icon, Lemon. Do better, but thanks all the same.
It's always the effort that counts, right?
Love you,
No,
Lemon.
not at all. I'm all about the results. I can't stand that effort nonsense. No, just get up on that 50. We can talk about why you couldn't do the thing later. Do that. Nope. Don't care about effort at all. All about the results over here. I'm the captain.
Okay,
So it's not the thought that counts.
Absolutely not. Can't stand that. Yeah, that's slackers and hippies believe that. Exactly. Just do the thing. Get up on that 50, and then later you can have an amusing story about why you couldn't get up on that 50. But let's do that. There's a bunch of angry villagers coming at us right now. Can you please, Jill, get up on that 50? You know what I mean?
No, but okay. So okay, Jill, you have to make T-shirts that say it's not the thought that counts.
Right. It's the result.
it's the
Get up on
result.
that 50. Do or do
Otherwise,
not. There is no
worthless.
try. I want you to
So it's
excuses,
not
Captain.
the thought that counts. Okay.
No, I want that ship, Captain. Asteroids do not concern me. I want that ship, not excuses.
Oh my God! Why does this
Lord Vader, I
organization
can do
sound
the
more
thing.
and more like
that's okay
Cobra?
then. I won't force choke you to death then.
Lemon Pie says classic Captain. I love it. Hey, you got a fan out there.
It's always
they
nice
love
to
it
have
tough.
one.
I've realised that's the fan base. If you don't like it tough, don't go to the captain. You won't like it. I'll make it cry.
Okay,
Nothing but
so
honesty here.
you know what? And Captain
Opinions are always allowed, Pop. That's important. On my channel, you can do anything you want if it's an opinion. Facts
Okay.
will be checked. Apostrophes will be questioned, but opinions go for your damn self. Your darn self. Sorry. That's
what
where
is your
all blasphemy.
what is your general thoughts when it comes to the animated series of Star Trek?
It's not the animation; it's the lack of Chekhov.
Oh, you just won't get over that Chekhov thing.
Well, you pretty much your question was, what's the thing you won't get over? So yeah.
Well,
Okay.
we solved it this episode. He's gone off to another ship. He's not on the Enterprise right
But
now.
again, it's an excuse. I want Chekhov, not excuses.
Yeah, he's on the Reliant, isn't he? He's on the Reliant at this point.
Yeah, more like
Well,
unreliant.
I think he's on Earth, like training. I think he's going to school.
Maybe he's taking weapons training.
That's
he's
exactly
probably,
what I
probably
think
in the
he's doing.
Ukraine.
Maybe he's joining
combat
Section
in Ukraine.
31.
Oh, Chekhov being Section 31 would be dope.
Section 8.
The only reason I will allow it is because of Lieutenant Reed. But if Reed is Section 31, Chekhov is totes Section
You know what?
31.
When Captain mentioned Section 8, I have a quick question, everybody. Remember, MASH had a
Stop
character.
listening to my little jokes.
I know MASH had a character named Klinger, which is a man dressed as a woman trying to get a Section 8. Can you imagine that passing these days?
Well,
No.
he'd be now pop culture. Klinger would be discovered to be sane, and the rest of the army they'd be sectioned.
Right. And they're all communists, right? They're all communists.
Yeah, he's ahead of the curve. He's like, well, I'm transitioning. What's your problem? Give me my
Right.
They'd be welcoming him, pop culture. They'd be welcoming him.
Exactly. He'd be by the end of the show. In fact, I used to have a T-shirt saying "Klinger for Chief of Staff." Once it gets no longer a joke T-shirt, I'm going to dig it up. Literally, Klinger for Chief of Staff. That would actually happen now. It's not even a joke. I literally had that T-shirt. Thanks for that memory coming back. Wow.
Jokes come true, I guess.
No, that's what I mean. Yesterday's joke T-shirt or Simpsons episode is tomorrow's news headline. I can't keep up.
Yep.
And if you don't want to make a T-shirt called "It's Not the Thought That Counts,"
Well, think about this. If they had a
I
show
would
now,
highly recommend that you do have what is it? Space Sex Rocks?
Space Sex Rock.
Well,
it's Love
that's
Potion.
not my original idea, though. That's from
What
Raquel
kind of-
Briggs. Raquel Briggs
Okay.
got that idea into my head, so I wouldn't.
Well,
wanna
no,
take
it's
that.
a good idea.
It is a good idea.
I want a rock and roll T-shirt of Space Sex Rocks.
Okay,
I
but
think we
all
should honor
proceeds
the
have to go to the.
professor.
Well,
have
all
to go
proceeds would have to
to
go to
all-
Clobbering Times channel.
I think
Okay.
we should honor the professor by making her name rhyming slang for the brick. Basically, throw him in the professor, throw him in the Raquel. In the what? In the brig.
Mhm.
And
This
I
should
was
be
going to
famous for Star
was gonna
Trek
add-
forever.
It's very
I was going to add if
Throw
if
him in
I
the
was
Raquel.
if I was a commander in the military on a show now and Klinger came up to me saying he's dressing like a woman to get out or whatever his reasons, I'd say, okay, let's get those operations started immediately.
Wow.
Well,
But no, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The plot line today would be, he's dressing like a woman to get in the army.
Right. Yes, you're right.
It's funny because it's true, folks.
It is true. It is. And especially, well, these days it is. If you want transition surgery, join the army, right? Because it's too expensive for you to pay. Or go in jail. That's the two options: the military or jail. They both pay for transitions.
well, you know what? I need my penis, so I'm not gonna.
Well, I'm sure somebody else could use it too. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty
Jill's
okay
like
with-
too many
I'm
jokes.
fine with being a dude.
Yeah, we're going somewhere we shouldn't, guys. Not here.
And I thought I was good at derailing streams.
So anyway, how about that Star Trek?
Yeah.
So Zachary Quinto's Spock, is he canonically the same person as Leonard Nimoy's Spock, or are they
No.
different people? I keep
Leonard-
hearing both from everyone.
Leonard
all the time.
Nimoy's Spock is heterosexual. That's the difference between the two.
Oh wow!
That's the nicest way I'll put it. And everybody in the chat, I wanted to thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. We even had some new faces, which I really appreciate.
Oh,
I know
my.
we had Euler Greg, which is brand new. I know Eric Sonder, thank you for being here. Captain
Eric.
Kennedy, you're on the panel, yes. And
Hello.
Gorilla's Random Thoughts. PvP has been popping in and out. He's been having trouble with his computer. PvP, if you can hear me, that's totally fine. You do not bother us to pop in and out anytime you'd like.
I like the way
and-
you go in and out PvP.
Apple 2GS, thank you for being here and for joining.
Yeah,
And I know we've had
my
lemon
first
pie.
one was an Apple 2 CI. Anyway, sorry.
I'd like to thank Stephen Ransom and Lemon Pie. I'm trying to cover everybody. Hopefully, I don't want anybody to feel that they're forgotten.
Oh, and
Son of a
know
red
he-
shirt stopped by. Son of a red shirt. So thank
I
you.
know I know he wasn't here, but I wanted to say hello to Todd Michael. Thank you.
And I know I want to say hello to Bird of Prey, Kapla. I know he was there.
Kapla, Bird of Prey.
Kapla.
And
your
Delic.
house.
Yes.
That's a good point. Thank you to everybody who's lurking and who will watch this on the replay. Hello.
All the
Absolutely.
lurkers, all the twerkers.
Right. Even if you watch this on the replay, I say welcome and thank you for viewing. And Dalek 451 was also. I wanted to make sure to mention good old Dalek
Dalek, raid on
451.
Dalek.
And I hope if I didn't mention anybody, please let me know in the chat, and I will cover it. I don't want anyone to feel left out. But
You did a great
want
job.
to. Oh well, thank you as well. Likewise with all you guys, I really appreciate it. It's such an entertaining evening. I can't believe we're going on over 2.5 hours. So I apologize for that. I know, right?
Well, you had it right when you said you appreciate it, and you're welcome.
Oh yeah, like I said, this is the highlight of my week. I look forward to it every time. I'm gonna, like I said before, I'm gonna miss it when it's gone.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, I know, but there's only like 12 more episodes left.
Who cares?
that all?
Enjoy it while it's happening.
We'll make a new Star Trek. By the time it's over, I'll have got the boy to put together my Playmobil Enterprise, and we'll do the time travel. Jill looks at the time travel in Silly on the Edge of Forever via Playmobil with Tony Stark doing the voices.
You must share that with us when you get it.
That's going to be great. He hasn't built it yet. Okay.
No. He's a teenager. He's all about the Minecraft at the moment. And plus, Dad, I've got a video. Look, 1.6 thousand views. Take that, Dad. Yeah.
Was that a video or a short?
It's 6 freaking seconds. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all
they
it
like
took.
that stuff.
Yeah, and son, there's a typo in the title.
I should make more shorts.
Yeah. But I don't know. I could be wrong. But that reminds me. LDG was in the chat. But I'm going to ask.
Dad.
I'm going to ask LDG, but it could be wrong. But I've heard that those shorts, the views don't really help your channel much. I don't know if that's true. But...
Right. They don't count towards your watch hours, but they do help with subs.
Waking up to 1.6 thousand views. Well, I put a certain pep in a certain teenager's step, so it works for me and his mum.
Oh no,
it's happy. Quick, throw it some food.
It totally makes sense. I made a shorts with my poodles, and it hit 1.7K, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
See?
Yeah. So you never know, right?
The thing is, just do what works. Don't. My advice is don't try to guess. Just do you, and eventually someone will like it. Maybe.
Right. Do what you like, what you enjoy, what you have fun with, and what you know.
Yeah. Don't try to second guess the algorithm like a freaking computer. Non sequitur.
And don't try to cover something you don't know anything about. People will eventually call you out on it, if not
sooner. Or if you don't do the research, because I know that I don't know everything.
Right.
Don't talk about whether Deckard's a replicant. That is over. That 40 years, people. Done. We don't want to hear it anymore. Just shut up about Deckard. It's a movie. No one cares. Move on.
You know, that research is my favorite part because there's so many times where I make mistakes and Jill corrects me, and I really appreciate it. That's why it's so good to have more than one head talking opinion. I don't want anybody's mind to go somewhere else. But that's why it's so good to have more than one person up here, right?
Yes,
because
I
I do make mistakes, and
so do I.
But we kind of work really well together and kind of bounce off each other. I think it works really well where it's fun and it's entertaining. Like I said, I enjoy it a lot.
I hate it when Jill points out when I'm wrong. It is one of my least favorite.
Used to it after a while.
But she's never mean about it.
Right, so often.
But she's never mean about it, right?
Never.
Not in public.
Would you like it better if I were mean, Scotty?
Yeah, darn it.
We can talk about this later.
We'll be talking about that tomorrow, where you can get slapped and kissed in under 5 seconds.
I guess.
Right?
Hey, don't forget the big old piece of styrofoam that he rips off.
Yep,
in a certain shape.
Right, we will be covering some of that.
What do they pack styrofoam in?
Boxes?
Cardboard.
Okay. Crockery.
Yes, crockery.
All right. Unless there's anything else, I know we've got. Oh, by the way, once again, thank you everybody on the chat, and thank you for the panel. Yeah, it's getting kind of late.
Oh, do you have a Patreon?
Me? No. I signed up a long time ago, but I don't remember what it is. I never used it. I never figured out what it was.
There might be like $7 in your Patreon. You don't know.
Oh, hey, I need something to pay my rent this month, right?
Exactly, and $7 doesn't hurt.
Right. This cardboard box can get expensive sometimes. Jill, do you have the trailer all lined up?
I do not. I completely forgot about it, but
No
I
problem.
will get it now.
I have it if you don't.
Oh no, you should always post it because it'll play much better from your end.
Okay, I have a backup just in case yours doesn't, but I always give you the opportunity first.
No, you should play it because it's your channel and the video will play better
I agree. It's just that,
from your connection.
right, it's my connection and the lack of RAM on my computer is where I seem to run into a little bit of problems. But
Oh.
okay, here we go, everybody. Bear with me if we have a few problems. Hopefully,
Well,
we won't.
I'll bring it up just in case.
Thank you, Jill. Here we go, everybody. This is a preview for next week's the animated series that we'll be doing.
No sound.
Don't have sound.
Dun, 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 dun.
Very nice, but no sound, no actual sound except for that. Oh, they're gonna be small.
Oh, you know what? I'm just listening to Sabotage by the Beastie Boys.
No, you're not.
Oh no, there's a big clock. And the thing, and he fell down. Why is there a bamboo ladder? All right.
They had to improvise like the A-Team, like
I don't know.
MacGyver.
And then they have a tug of war.
For the transporter.
And then someone trips.
Again with the bare legs. Come on.
What is going on?
I think it's a fish tank.
Someone has